Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Frenzy Freestyle Sundays, which myself, Spin, and other guest hosts will be joining in shortly. And this week, our special guest will be Rashad, the Toy Collector, who's we've come across each other on Instagram, along with the Toy Facts, Calvin, and a few others. So I know that he's going to be another interesting guest for us to have on our stream. And as I slowly get our weekly news and reviews ready for this evening, I'd say our last few guests have been very interesting. Between Toy Vintage reviews and the Toy Facts, and just learning a lot of information from each of those members. And good evening.
Hi, I'm
Hey.
a professional who, as such, is completely ready and not still getting everything set up. Not at all. And I think I just
not
saw
at all.
I think I just saw one of my cats try and drink out of my cup of coffee. So that's where we're at.
Okay. So they'll be
As if they needed any more energy.
Yeah. So wired cats flying around. That's what we may expect for this evening.
Yeah, it's always fun. It's just been one of those days where you've felt about 15 to 20 minutes behind everything that's happening.
Oh yes, that's it's crazy. That's actually how my Sundays are, because there's a lot that happens before the stream and actually during the stream. So the entire day is basically just always catching up.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Hey, here's my nice ring light.
Nice.
I got 3 figures that came in that I can show off eventually.
Perfect. And good evening.
What's up, good brother?
All right, good.
Hello.
Everything's good. How are you doing?
Pretty well.
Cool.
Had a great day at Toy Collecting.
Totally prepared. Oh, nice.
Oh, did you go to the LA TFCon?
No, I went to the poor man's version up here in Concord, California. it was heavily Star Wars in impacted. Bumped into Chewbacca by accident.
Oh.
I didn't see him, so he just looked at me and go, and that was the end of
it. You're lucky you have both your arms.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
Now them Wookiees get down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just about to go over some news in the Transformer world. Actually, how's the app been doing?
Actually, it's doing really well. Had some hiccups on the Android side. My developers released it with a bug, so we had a sign-up issue with the Facebook and Google. So I'm just going to completely remove the sign-in feature. I don't think it's needed, so people can just go right into the app. But you can sign up to get into the app on Android or iOS. So, yeah, so I'm not really pushing it until that gets fixed, but it's available.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've worked on an app for a client before, so I know in terms of the logistics between Android and Apple, and I know Apple is a bit more restrictive in terms of what they will and won't allow to be released.
You damn near have to give a urine sample to get approved with them.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good people though. Don't kill me, Apple.
Yep. We still need them.
Are you an engineer?
Very thorough.
Actually more of a web designer. Although web designer for some years, only did a few apps, but I scaled back and I actually do web hosting and server management. So I prefer staying in that realm of things, but I still do the occasional work here and there.
Gotcha. May need to have a conversation with you offline. So
Yes.
yeah,
Tap the skills.
yeah. Um, there's some things I want to change about the app and make it more user friendly.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely, let's have a conversation whenever you get a minute, or
Okay.
inbox me your number. I can inbox you mine or whatever.
It's watching the start of Great Things Happen. Hello, Stephen Bach. Are you sad that it's raining? Is that how I'm supposed to interpret those emoticons?
It's raining here.
Well, it just started snowing here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I will shut up and not complain.
Oh, yeah. If you got a haul of stuff, too, eh?
I finally found the Ninja Turtles I wanted.
Oh, the Playmates ones? Like the new ones?
Well,
Yeah, yeah. These were at Target, so all four of them in there. These are my favorites. So yeah, I'm happy. I don't need any more Turtles. Super Seven. All those are great, and those are my guys over there. But I'm good with those.
okay.
Found Thundercracker too, and Grimlock. The core figures.
Nice.
Oh, hey, nice.
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah,
behind
they just
the
showed up
curve.
at Target today. And I got Needle Nose, which I was looking for. But see, they did something different. So maybe we could talk about that a little bit. Usually in these ones that come with the little minifigures,
Mm-hmm.
there's usually a way you can see what's in there, but I think they're hidden behind the box, or mine are completely missing. Because he comes with two small figures, Sunbeam and Zigzag.
Yeah,
But I don't see them in there like I can see with Blaster.
Yeah, I feel like they stuck them in that newspaper wrapping on the inside. Maybe that's where they've been putting all that stuff lately.
Hey, DJ. Yeah, I may have to open this one up and look. I was hoping one of you guys knew.
Yeah, I mean, all I know about Needle Nose is they tried on 2 separate fan polls to get him made over the years, and he kept getting passed over. So now that this Legacy one is like long overdue, somebody over there really wanted to make Needle Nose for like a couple years, but people just kept not voting for him.
Yeah, there was like 8 at my Target, and I was surprised when I walked in there.
Wow.
Yeah. So he might be a shelf warmer. So stay tuned for that.
That's probably why
picked up Nemesis Prime. Got him. Was gonna pass on him, but he actually looks cooler in person. So grabbed him. I'm a little pissed that Thundercracker does not have the. I guess he had no race too. They didn't come with those. So
he's supposed to. They're probably in the back of the package. Hopefully.
Oh well, I'll find out when I open him later tonight.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna pass on the core figures for the Dino box, but saw Grimlock there, so I said hell with it. I'm sure he probably is gonna be the hardest one to get.
Yeah.
So ended up grabbing him too.
I was gonna say I just got the very.
The details real nice on this one.
Yeah. Sludge the Longnose. So I'm just starting that series, but I was planning on getting them all. So seeing that you got the Grimlock, I'm already like a little bit envious because I'm after that. Everything moves slower here.
I wasn't even looking for them
yet. Yeah.
Here, I'll just post up the barcode. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I guess I can inbox you too if you guys want to take that. Because with Target, you can go ahead and scan these and they work. I do it all the time.
Sure.
It'll help non-Canadians because we don't have Target in Canada, unfortunately. But if there's any Americans watching,
are you serious?
Yeah, we don't have Targets in Canada.
Wow, I did not know that.
I sure didn't know that.
Did you know that they were in Canada for less than a year and they had a gigantic launch they spent a ton of money on and then they all closed? It was a whole like case study in what went wrong. I'm in public relations. We like did a case study on that and everything.
How could you not be in Canada? It's crazy.
It's
They just aren't.
Canada is a different market than the States. I mean, the one core issue is the land mass and population, where we have, a huge amount of land, but a smaller amount of population for businesses to really invest and do properly here. Whereas, like, say, in some American cities, like the city itself, much less the state, has more people than, like, at least over half of the population of our entire country.
That's crazy. Wow.
And in an equivalent exchange, we do still have Toys R Us. They never closed up here, so we don't have Target. We do have Toys R Us. So,
well, I guess you guys got to give y'all something. We got to get something, I guess.
yeah,
Something.
give us something. Everything arrives here slower and costs more money. Give us something.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys are so nice. Every Canadian that I know who lives down here, super cool people.
Cool. Well, thank you. We tend to be until someone says something bad about hockey.
I don't see why.
Yeah,
I wish the NBA would fight like that.
I think it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because the stereotype is Canadians are nice. So we're all like, all right, I'll embody that stereotype. I want to be stereotyped as being a nice person.
Yep.
Well, see, it's the nice one and the quiet ones you have to worry about. Those are the ones who are really getting your ass.
Facts. 100% facts on that one.
Yep. He's too nice. Don't mess with him. You might know some stuff.
Yep.
Well, first, let me look at your ears to see if they're puffy before I start talking shit.
Wow.
Okay, they're flat. Man, F you. You don't want to get R-barred.
Don't judge me.
Oh man.
Yeah. Like, don't judge me just because I have a cat on my shoulder.
Exactly. You probably got some command words for him, huh? Like you just snap and bite.
Actually, I'll let would-be robbers of these shelves behind me think that. She's vicious.
Yeah, right.
She'll maw you.
Cool. Let's
cat claws hurt.
catch up on a couple of comments. TJ says, waiting on that G2 Grimlock. And
I would love that. Paint it blue. Paint it blue.
Steven says, I got the 4 EVO Legs Deluxe and bigger Studio Series 86 Ironhide last week on Thursday. And
Congrats.
also got Shadow Strip and Crasher recently as well.
I heard those are like straight up canceled now.
those.
Like they got what's out there is it, because like Walmart's just like not making any more of them. Like they're discontinuing them.
Well, I just heard that of, I believe, one of the Motor Masters and another figure that's just a complete discontinuation. The Space Shuttle character.
Oh,
Skylix?
Galaxy Shuttle. No, Galaxy Shuttle.
The Galaxy one.
Yeah.
I mean, I got one of those at each of my local Walmarts. If anybody wants them, don't interest me.
I need one.
Yeah, because apparently that's what's been happening is a lot of people over on this side of the border are saying there's a bunch of them sitting on our shelves collecting dust. Everyone in the States are saying we can't find them anywhere. And we're like, why is this happening once again?
I've never saw him. Well,
Wow.
the Galaxy Shuttle never saw it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Me either.
Well, hit us up after the show if you want one, because if it's still
let's
there,
talk
which
about
it probably
that.
will
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Because I felt foolish for Calvin because he wants a Crasher and my Walmart is stocked with them. Then I went to go buy one just to have an extra one just in case he wanted it or one of you guys wanted it. Gone.
Wow.
Yeah. This was on like Thursday, Friday. So if they're still there next week,
Yeah, and let me know what I can get for you or I cash you out. Definitely want that Galaxy Shuttle. I missed the Hasbro order, so messed up on that.
Hey, can you guys hear me all right?
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
Cool.
My Guardian shipped.
Oh, hey.
Already?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Dang. I just got the notification. Well, it says in a few days, so I don't know when it's gonna actually ship out, but I had to jump on that. Middle finger to the guy over at Frankensons who has a I think he has a remake or something. But one year he wanted $200. I come back the next year, he boosted up to 600. So I'm like, that's the same one that's been sitting there for like a few years, bro. Let it go. But nah. So that's why I typed him. I said, middle finger to you. Hasbro released one, and I'm gonna get that one. So you can keep.
Was it
your
a Fan Toys
$60.
version?
Nah, it's a I want to say Encore, maybe.
Okay, because yeah, that's the one that has that cool penis name, like Titus Gargantuan or something like that.
This guy, man.
Don't mind me. It's Sunday.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, my big thing this week was I happened to know somebody in the UK that was willing to part with their gold bug from the Creatures Collide set. So I managed to just grab this guy. And it's funny because
Nice.
my big box from Bill a few weeks ago had the other 3 guys. So without it really intending to, I wound up with the whole set of 4.
That's cool.
Even though this was the guy I was
Nice.
really after. Yeah.
Yeah, I got him too.
And,
Target
this
had
only
him in
figure
raw
I
at
wanted it.
$26.
I only wanted this
nice.
guy. That's it. The other ones, you know,
Yeah.
I Kurt
Everybody
like
only
the-
wanted those ones.
You don't like the kickback, the black and yellow one? That was cool. The other 2 I didn't care about.
But it wasn't what I was after, you know.
Yeah,
No.
like I think he's pretty nice. He got a funky retro robot thing going on with his head and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's clean. I like that. It's like a Wu-Tang type of Decepticon kind of look. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And my other thing was Rise of the Beasts RC and Core Sledge here. I'm not going to get any other of these guys before I actually see the movie, but the little Core motorcycle was cool, so I just grabbed that
That's
anyway.
cool.
Yeah, see, that's a gamble. See, I feel that way too about certain movies when Transformers are releasing their toys.
Yeah.
Do you go early or do you not? And then it winds up being successful, and now you can't find it.
Yeah. I'm fine to just wait on the others. I just wanted to. I figured like this one's a Core. I really like the design. I'll pick this up, even if the movie's terrible, which I don't think it will be. But even if it was, I'm like, whatever. This little guy's cool. So.
I have high
Is the
hopes
Bumblebee?
for the
Oh,
movie.
sorry, go ahead.
Now, I was going to say, I have high hopes for the movie.
Yeah, me
I
too.
did joke around. I have the Fire Stick. I think I see it on bootleg first before I actually go spend the money on it. You know what I mean? Because the last one I was very disappointed, but it's like it's all I had, so I watched it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But before I spend money on it, bootleg it is. You know,
Is the Bumblebee movie still the #1 movie for you guys? Is that still holding?
I have to
Satisfying?
say that holds a major flame for me because as a G1 fan, I know a lot of people, I'm sick of you, G1. Go to hell. I love G1, right? And when I saw that movie, I said, why couldn't you do that for the first movie? That would have been awesome for me. But everybody has different visions of it, but I still love the Bumblebee movie. Still a great movie to me.
Yeah.
And I know it's a long shot, but I will put that over any of the other ones. That's just my opinion.
I agree. And I can say that it's safe to say that the Transformers Part 1 of that 5 is probably #2 for you guys.
Yeah.
I thought that one was cool. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I think for me that would be the Bumblebee, and then the very first one would be my second.
It's the
Because
Steven Spielberg of it all.
is it fair to say the first Transformer movie, live action, it was just the excitement that, we're finally getting a live action, which kind of, for me, put it way up here. When I saw it, I was like, that ain't Prime, but, I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a new vision of Prime, but I still loved it. I did love it. And then after that, I was like, all right, I think now y'all kind of going like the fast movies. Y'all just trying to make a quick buck. But, hey, man, Michael Bay, make you change. I can't hate on that.
But did Devastator really need nuts?
Did he have to be a dog?
I don't know what the hell that was.
There's a pretty good argument. Remember, they made bank up until they didn't, and then when they stopped making bank, they did Bumblebee.
Bruh.
So he was just giving the people what they wanted, apparently.
I mean, but that Devastator was a disappointment, man. Yeah, it was a disappointment. I think somebody should have kicked Michael Bay in his nuts for that one.
Right.
'Cause I,
So I take it you're not collecting the big studio series version they just did of the.
God no.
I have the only studio series I have is the Bumblebee Soundwave, and I just like the way that looked. But I don't collect the studio series. I'm just not, the 86, yes, but the studio series, I just can't get behind it. I can't do it, man. I tried.
Yeah,
I
and if
just
you
at
work
Walmart doing this, and I just
got
couldn't.
Nearly all the Bumblebee guys. I'm just missing
now,
Thundercracker.
That's what I'm talking about, right there. I can do those, but the other
Yeah.
ones, nah.
No.
It's the blurriest footage possible.
And the way Devastator rolled up when they got to pull up and they all parked up all sides next to each other like they were going to do something, kind of gave me that Michael Jackson and I'm bad, but then they ended up losing to Keenan and Kel.
Yeah. And to your point, when I saw that, I said, "Oh man, it's gonna be on." I was like, "This is what I've been waiting for." And then when I saw that dog-looking thing, I said, "What the hell is this?"
It ain't even neutered.
I thought maybe it was like in a alternate universe that I didn't see. I'm like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was over in Japan or something. But
Don't blame the Japanese for that.
Green guy.
Yeah. Well, I say the only Devastator I recognize, this cat.
I got,
This
got that one too.
Devastator. Yeah, no.
That's like
This is my guy. I can't do that dog thing.
Puppy, whatever thing.
Well, let's catch up on some of the comments before we jump into our main topic. So TJ says, "Y'all looking at the screens reminds me of my work unit."
Hey, it's what I do too.
And Steven says, "Only creatures collide I don't got is Sky Wasp, and if I got, I would paint him up into Transmetal Waspinator colors, since more than half there already."
It's nicer looking than I was expecting in person. Like the purple and the gold, like they go really well together.
That is clean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just wound up with this, but like I'm glad I did. Stephen Fox says, "Cute kitty baby. Are you Calvin?"
And TJ says, "Looks like the thing off Ghostbusters."
What, this guy?
And no, I think he's referring to Devastator.
Oh yeah, I could see why.
And Steven says, "Only Bayverse Studio series I got is Grindor, i.e. Blackout, with better hands like Barricade. He really needs to get a Generations redesign."
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him imported to G1 the way Barricade was when they did Siege.
Oh yeah.
You guys seen the? They just debuted this week the figures based on the War for Cybertron video game, like the old one.
Yes. Yes.
Love it.
That's some real specific nostalgia for me.
I'm surprised they didn't sell out.
Yeah. Yeah, so Studio Series is doing games now. They call them Gamer Edition. So
okay.
So they're doing Optimus, Bumblebee, Barricade, and I believe someone else.
It's only 3 for right now.
Just a 3 for right now. Yeah.
I believe there were leaks saying they were going to do a few more, like Megatron and Cliffjumper, just based on the 2010 War for Cybertron game.
I jumped.
So if they do both parts, then that means hopefully we might get a Metroplex, a Bruticus, Dinobots.
They already have a Bruticus.
Yeah,
but
they can make a better one.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
with the Bruticus and Grimlock set.
Grimlock, yeah.
Now if they update,
hopefully they don't use the same mold. Yeah,
I hope not. I mean, that's still one of my all-time favorite Transformer games. War for Cybertron and what was the other one?
Fall
of Cybertron.
Fall for
Yeah.
I
So
mean, who didn't love that part? What they say, Metroplex, he's the call of the last prime. I mean, I lost it. When
Yeah.
Metroplex jumped on the scene, I said, yeah, I still play that game to this day.
Yeah, they could go.
Yeah,
They
I
could
need
go
a
deep on
fall.
this
I need
line. There's a
Fall.
lot of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, especially the army builders, like the Insecticons and those big brute force with the shields.
Yeah.
Those would be dope to get. I buy them.
Yeah,
That's
I think
fire.
that they started the gamer thing because that new game they're doing there, was it called like Rise or Reactivate or something? They probably want to make figures of that, and that's why that gamer edition line exists. Such a silly name, but
Yeah.
Well, like anything, you put the word gamer in it, and it's like you can justify charging an extra price for it. So it's just like an office chair is $90, but if it's a gaming chair, it's now $350.
Yeah, and I'm starting to. I mean, I might get in trouble for saying it. I don't care, but I think Hasbro is actually running out of ideas.
the fact that they're going back to the
I got a line idea.
2010.
And I did say, I wrote them. I said, Hasbro, if y'all don't step it up, these third-party figures gonna really take your money.
Yep.
I mean, well, they have been. Not sorry, but they have been. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, Hasbro. It's like they're going cheaper and putting a bigger price on it. And now you got people ripping the damn heads off toys again. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if you guys had that happen in Canada out here because they don't have the plastic on it anymore. So people are going around and pulling the heads off the Transformers, and it's the weirdest thing that's going on here. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's an American thing. I don't know what's going on with these clowns around here.
It's an idiotic thing. That's what it is.
Yeah, because I've seen a few images of that. Yeah, people taking off their heads. I have no idea what that's about, though.
I have no idea.
Unless they're planning some sort of ransom scheme out there. So it's like, a handful of people have these heads, and they're like, well, if you buy the body, then we'll sell you the head, on eBay or something.
Yeah. The real dumb theory that I kept hearing is they're like, all right, I'm going to steal the head, and then the figure is going to go on clearance, and then I'll buy the clearance figure and put the head back on. And even I'm like, that seems like a lot of work.
A lot of risky work. Like, what if what if they just pull it off the shelves and don't sell it? So now you've just got this head for no reason.
Yeah, nobody had time.
If some idiot got a bucket full of heads somewhere.
I'm sure.
Just a shitload of LeBron James heads.
I was just gonna say that, like the LeBron James Space Jam head that they took off. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a TikTok trend.
Fellas, I got to pause for a minute and do it the right way.
No worries.
And I know somebody, they hit me up. They said, you got to do your spiel. So I got my Transformer cookies. All right. If you watch my show, I got the cookies.
Okay.
Got to do it the right way.
What the Martinellis?
Oh, don't worry about that. I got the Martinelli right here. I ain't slipping. Now let's talk Transformers.
All right, and on that note,
I had to do that for my boy. He said, you got to do the cookies, man. I said, I keep cookies and Martinelli on deck all the time.
There we go. And on that note, this week we welcome RASHAD, the toy collector. Tell us about yourself. Where can we find you? Man,
RASHAD the Toy Collector. I am on IG, RASHAD the Toy Collector. I'm on IG, that's Instagram for, sometimes you got to say it out for everybody. On YouTube, I'm RASHAD the Toy Collector. Those are my only two pages. I don't do Facebook because it's just IG is just home right now.
Cool.
Man, I've been collecting, I want to say since day one, since as a kid, man. I mean, the first episode I saw was the first episode of Transformers, and it just it kind of put me in this like, man, what is this? Like, back in the 80s, it was just all kind of things. We had He-Man, we had Robotech, we had a lot of futuristic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And with Transformers, it just grabbed my heart. You know what I'm saying? And it never let go. Obviously, I'm 44 now, and I got tons of these things everywhere. You know, so that's me. Fun dude. Love talking Transformers. I mean, John, no, we can talk for hours about just anything.
We have.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Feel like we grew up together.
I know, right? like we came from the same household. Yes, sir.
Cool.
Of course,
So,
y'all welcome to follow me. Go ahead, follow me. Hit that follow. I'll follow back.
and for everyone also watching, follow us, Children of Primus. Check out our website, childrenofprimus.com, and subscribe, follow us as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Glad I can make it, says Dare 2727. Glad you could be here.
Where's 2726?
Yeah.
Shout out to you, 2727.
Shout outs to 2727.
Yes.
He can win if he dares.
Jumping into our usual questions, which are question 2, you've kind of answered what made you get into Transformers. So we'll skip to question 3. Of all the Transformer lines, like G1, Beast Wars, Legacy, and so on, which line is your favorite and why?
I have to say the G1 line because I'm a G1 head. I mean, like I said, I get it. I know there's cats out there that's like, I'm sick of y'all G1ers. But, I mean, that's where we're from. Now, imagine, like, I come from, we didn't have much money like that. So when you got a Transformer, it was like the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I look at, perfect example. I look at the Optimus Prime now, and then I look at it from back then. You can't compare because, of course, we have better material. Well, we have better builds. I would say that because back in the 80s we had like die cast and everything like that. But if you look at Optimus Prime from back in the day, is right there. You look at that Optimus Prime and you put it up to today's Optimus Prime. I gotta say, man, today's Optimus Prime looks way better. But I still have to go with G1 because that's what I grew up with. That's G1 to the heart.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Everything.
Because the same thing, it's like there were a certain handful of characters, like Omega Supreme and Inferno from G1 that look exactly as the cartoon.
Yeah.
And then there's others I'm like, you can't get away with this. So looking at the characters that that have come out in the recent years, we're like, that's really cool engineering and something we wish we had back then, but we're still attached to that back then because that's what we had growing up.
Yeah.
Right.
And I must say, I feel they put more love into the characters that they made in the 80s. Now it's like I said, Hasbro, I love y'all, but I mean, some of these plastic pieces of stuff, man, it's like, come on, like, bring back the die cast, bring back that love that you once had for the product. I understand saving money, I get that. But if you go back to a lot of the materials in the 80s, I pay the money that you're charging today. I have no gripe about it. But, $60 for a hunk of plastic that's you got to really be careful for. I still buy it, but
and one of the things that we've mentioned in our previous streams is just how you said how the third parties are slowly eating away at what Hasbro could do. You look at Blitzwing, for instance, the third party included the little football from the episode, and they'll just pay attention to those details. And I'm like, Hasbro should be doing that. Like that was their child. How is this outside company putting more attention and love into the character than you guys are?
Exactly.
Facts.
You know what I'm thinking about? You said the G1s were made almost with like more love, and I'm like, how did they do that before computer assisted design? Because they didn't have that in the '80s. So somehow they were doing these completely analog.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what? It's that's in terms
That's a good question.
of evolution, because when you, and I mean, not to stare off of the topic too much, but when you look at older houses, city designs, a lot of concepts, and you realize a lot of these people back in like those 50, 60, 100 years ago and longer,
Mhm.
they didn't have computers. They were mentally
Mhm.
sitting down, figuring this all out and
Mhm.
creating the concepts. Whereas like now, you basically tell the computer, create a transformer for me. It does it for you, sends it to the printer, and it's done. Like there's almost no real human interaction or mental work that goes into the designs. Whereas like, sometimes we forget half of these G1 characters, they were designed from like the late 60s, and
Yeah.
like we only knew of them from like 84.
Yeah.
That's
Like
so true. Yeah.
this guy, one of my favorites, an original
Yes.
Blitzwing.
Yes.
Like I mean,
It's
just
clean.
look at it. It's beautiful. This thing
Oh
is
yeah.
gorgeous. You know, die cast all in it. This is what I talk about, the love
Yeah.
that they once had for what they were doing. And they listened to us. I have no problem with the Blitzwing today, but if you want to say which one's my favorite, I have to go back to the original.
Well,
You know.
Yeah.
we were looking at that recent one that came out a few months ago, and out of the three modes, I believe the robot and the airplane mode were like, okay, those look impressive. Actually, I believe it's the robot and tank mode, but the
It's the
airplane
tank.
mode,
Yeah.
yeah, one of
Yeah.
those modes were just like, no, like the G1 just looked way better in all three modes. You guys
Yes.
almost got it, so you got 2 out of 3.
Well, that's what today's market is going for. You're not going to get all three. So if it has an alternate mode or a dual alternate mode or triple, one of us going to suffer because
Mhm.
they have to put so much into one. So obviously you have to get the robot down. So what is it going to be, the jet or the tank? Which did he spend more time as, a jet or a tank? I think it was 50-50, but yeah, they could have did a little bit better than that
Yeah.
on him.
But that's
Because this
embarrassing.
Blitzwing look like he has gout. Yeah, he has gout. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Dude,
What's wrong with him?
this
But
guy.
see, that's embarrassing, because then you're like, okay, here's these engineers in the last decade. You guys can't compete with the engineers that created the original like almost 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
mean,
think
it's
about Skull Cruncher from the Target, the Headmasters. That toy still holds up today from like 86.
Mhm.
That's probably one of the best G1 toys they ever put out. And that holds, a candle to today's toy. They're almost the same. If you ever look at the original one, it's crazy.
It's
yeah.
true.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I got in my care package, a Generation 1 Scoop, and I've been having a surprising amount of fun just messing around with him. He doesn't have his Target Masters, so I think next convention comes around, I'm going to see if I can find those. There's always a guy there that has bags of just parts for things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like super basic, super clean. You can transform him in like a few seconds, get rid of his fists, and
See, that's when Transformers were fun.
Yes.
yeah.
I was gonna say that. Now, isn't that fun? I'm having fun watching you.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
Twist, flip, turn, tuck, and you're done.
Bulldozer.
Boom, there it is.
That's it.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And because this was '87, he has supposed to have a couple little guys that can be guns too. But not that he even needs that. So
Like it's like I would say I have more fun transforming an old school Blitzwing versus.
Yeah.
Although I love this figure, I love it. I have yet to transform it. I don't want to go through the stress, the drama. I just don't want to do it.
is that the Ocular
Right.
X one?
No, that is Fans Toys.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
got bit by
gosh.
the Fans Toys bug, and I mean, Chosen Prime just been gracious with just sending me things, and I will show you a Transformer that I waited for, and when I got it, it aggravated the hell out of me because it came to me broken,
Oh,
and when I tried to transform it, I broke the leg.
oh no.
Who's that?
This big beef.
Oh,
Oh man, that's
not
awesome,
hotspot.
but tragic.
This figure, I would say, if Fan Toys took a crack at it, it would be great. Now, this figure, what do they call him? Foo Fighter. Exactly. This piece was broken, and when I tried to transform it, it completely just popped off. Now, if you look at the reviews of this thing, people were so disappointed because we waited so long to finish this combiner, and it was the Generation Toy. Piece of garbage.
Wow.
I said it.
What line is that? MMC?
No, this was what the hell I just say? This was the Generation Toy.
I was gonna say, by reputation, MMC tends to be like the good one, so I hear.
Mm-hmm.
And the couple things I've gotten from them have always been pretty solid. So
Yeah, actually pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah. I have the Streetwise and First Aid. Waiting on the others.
yeah, nice.
That's gonna be clean. What's the scale on that? Did they tell you?
MP.
Scale? Let me pop one open for you.
No, I'm just curious in combiner. Does it tell you what it's gonna be about 18, 20, 22?
It's gonna be about that. I mean, these pieces aren't too shabby. They're not little pieces. You know what I mean? These guys are
Okay.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, that is nice.
So if I put this up against Mirage here, they're about
They're almost the same.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit taller, but this is beefy. And what I like about this one, all the components are built in.
Nice.
I nearly lost my mind when I said, "Wait a minute, everything is built in." Yeah, sign
that's
me
why
up.
they call it that series the Art of Transformation on the package, because that's the art.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful piece.
Well,
Really beautiful.
It's funny because the only other combiner that had the big pieces built in was Puzzler from the GoBots, but then the G1 Hotspot is the only one to have the head built into Defensor's head is built into Hotspot. Everyone else, it's a separate piece.
Yeah. That is
what were they thinking with the Puzzler?
They just somehow ahead of Transformers. As funny enough that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like all those cars were created from like Carvana or CarMax. And it said, hell with it. Let's just combine and see what happens.
CarMax. Oh, man.
Okay, so TJ says G1 season 1 and 2 for me. I fully agree with that. Season 3, I have more appreciation as I got older. As a child, there was that disconnect, but I understand it a lot better now. And
I don't know how well it was executed, but I appreciate the ambition that the third season had behind it.
Mm-hmm. And Primetime Stephen Joyce says, "What's up? Can't find Needle Nose anywhere. I picked up Legacy Tarn and Twincast this week."
Tarn is nowhere. I got paid, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna find a Tarn. All my usual sources sold out everywhere in Canada. Everybody wants that guy. I'm gonna have to wait till
I've seen him 3 times.
Ah,
I've seen him.
I got one,
and I passed because I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. You
should have got him.
At my Walmart, they're still there.
Get him.
I know who he is because I read the comics.
Yeah, I
got right above the Bumblebee shelf. I got a Lost Light shelf. That's the series he's from. I mean, it's just like the characters that were in Lost Light. So like Hot Rod, and Ratchet, and Magnus and Cyclonus. But yeah, Tarn's gonna go right there in that empty space on the right side, like the spot's waiting.
But you know what? Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
Say that Tarn and his crew is like the dominatrix division of Transformers. They're in the spanking whips, burning.
It was a little messed up.
They're kinky.
They were the boogeymen. Like, if you were a traitor, you'd have to answer to them. That was their whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, and Rashad, to follow your point, I only knew of Tarn and the rest of the division maybe about a year and a half ago, from one of our other friends within the crew, because he would speak about them because he also read the comics. But there's two separate YouTubers, and they also do a review on Tarn and his entire crew. And the good thing is they do it from two different perspectives. So I was able to understand who these characters were and their relevance in in the comic books, and also the reason why Tarn has a Decepticon face, and him just being like that super fanboy of Megatron. So I really understand and like how the character looks, and and what they've done with him, because there's only few comic book characters that ended up being toys, like Giaxis, for instance. A lot of people don't realize he's from around 87, 88, but only in the comic books and not in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Well,
Most of
early
them are on
90s.
CF Source. They're under third parties. And here's that barcode if anybody needs it for Tarn. I'll throw that up there. There you go. I don't know if you can get that. Take that to your stores and see if you can get them.
Gonna have to flip that upside down.
They're a little selfish sometimes. They like to hide the good stuff in the back. That's
they
why
all do
every
that.
morning I show up, say, "What do you have for me?" Say, "Oh, here we go again." Yeah, here I go again. I'm looking. What you got? So I'm gonna get Jazz. So
okay.
Just to throw out there.
He's in your area.
Yeah. I'll put it like this. I have 4 to give away. Just on GP on my channel, just to first come, first serve. I'm gonna throw them up there. Whoever see it, I might post it in the middle of the night, might post it in the middle of the day. And whoever just shows up, I want one. It's like, boop, I'm gonna just send it to you. I'll take care of all the shipping and all that stuff. I just want to make sure people get some good stuff.
What did I win from you?
Was it Blaster?
Yes, it was Blaster.
It was Blaster. Yeah. I had a bunch of Blasters. That my connect over at Hasbro was like, hey, let me send you some stuff. Just give them out. Don't sell them. So I was like, I'm just go ahead, take care of whoever want to get one. And I think it was a contest. I just jumped on live and you jumped on. I'm like, you won without even, nobody knew what I was doing.
And I thought it was going to be a year's supply of cookies and Martinelli's, but that's cool. I'm cool with that.
I think I did send you a package of cookies.
You did.
Every time I send out something, everybody gets a package of cookies from me. You know what I mean?
Nice.
A lot of people can't find them, but I have boxes of cookies. I mean, I found them at the dollar store. And I'm like, man, they got Transformer cookies. Yeah, go $1. Go ahead. Here go $30. Give me all 30 of them boxes.
Genuinely living well.
Yeah, and that's funny because like when we first met, I went to go look for them damn cookies, couldn't find them nowhere. I had a better chance of finding a Unicron HasLab in Target than I did finding those damn cookies.
Wow.
And to this day, I've gone online.
I'm joking,
and find these cookies. I went back to multiple Dollar Trees, dollar stores, 99-cent stores, can't find these cookies. So I guess it was just like, a one-time only thing. I guess they didn't hit. But yeah, I got a big supply in this house. So, if I send you something, I'll send you, I'm definitely going to send you some cookies. That's just my thing.
That's dope.
Yes, sir.
So
I got a line idea.
Right. Actually, hold that idea for 1 minute. Let me catch up on the comics. So Steven says, I've been sticking with TR Blitzwing and been skipping the Legacy Blitzwing every time I see it. And he says, I skipped Siege Springer for my T30 Springer as well. And Charlie C on YouTube says, I believe the combined mode is 18 inches, which I believe he's referring to Defensor.
MMC? Yeah.
And
Shelf warmer. Is that what he said?
let's see. What
TJ?
he's saying, he's a shelf warmer here. Tarn. Wow.
Hey, I'll be
Dang,
glad to
it,
take one off those
Mhm.
shelves.
And
I believe
Steven
he's in
said,
DC.
wow. I've seen Metalhawk, Leo Prime, Armada, Starscream, while their wave mates have been picked up.
Mm-hmm.
And TJ says, best part of being a box collector, if we need a barcode, just hit J.
I
I
don't know
don't
if
know.
that's
Hey,
a shout
that
out or a
is
shot.
yeah? I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, is that a shout out or is that a shot? Is that shots fired?
Well, I plan to put the barcodes in my app on my app, so
Yeah.
people can have that in the DPCI number. That's coming soon. So
By the way, I dig your app. Let me just say that on air. That
I
app,
appreciate
that's
that.
fire. I dig that app. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
And if anybody don't know
appreciate
what I'm
that.
talking about, it's the toy facts. I mean, whatever you're looking for, go ahead. Tell us a little bit about it. I mean, I love it that I can look up a figure and I can see what the price, kind of what the going price is for. You know what I'm saying? I love that idea.
Well, I
That's
spoke
a
about
great
it
idea.
last week, but the goal was to just help users out, for the beginners, or maybe if you're a little bit over a beginner, you kind of get an idea of what you can expect to pay. Because, like you said, each of our regions, we're all having trouble finding stuff,
Yeah.
and so if you go to the secondary market, those price ranges are all over the place. Where you can see as low as $10, you can see already to $100, and I've
Mm,
seen it, and I'm sure we all have. So the goal is to just gather data based off of people who've already purchased and kind of stay within that realm of people who've already purchased to see what the community is comfortable with paying with. Now, you can sell a toy for whatever you want. I'm not saying that I'm the rule of thumb or God's law or anything, but it's just to help a seller, help a buyer, and just kind of get the idea out how popular this toy is. And maybe I should get up and go look for it if I rather go buy retail opposed to buy secondary market. So it's just to
love
help
that.
everybody out.
I love it.
Yep.
Yo, I gotta say thanks for having me on. If
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say it in the beginning, thank you guys for having me on.
Oh, welcome. And yeah, thank you for joining in. Because,
Oh
I
yeah.
see all you guys on IG and it's like everyone's doing their thing. So it's like, let's all work together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. It's no hating. I'm not hating on anybody's collection. I love to see it. um, I will throw this out there because somebody did get in my inbox. And I was like, man, and naturally I talk trash. That's just me. I'm having fun. You know what I'm saying? But man, brothers, sisters, everybody. All right. We all have different budgets. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put your house up for sale trying to buy these transformers, and what gets me sometimes is like I see, some of us, well, I'm not gonna say some of us, but there's some people competing with each other. It's like we can't do the same thing. Some of us can buy more expensive ones, some of us cannot. But I've seen some people really get into financial trouble.
Oof,
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
do that to yourself. Don't do that
wow.
to your family. I seen one cat that was really on here not too long ago that was, I mean, losing the house and going crazy. I gotta sell this, I gotta sell that. And I'm like, but you keep buying things. And
Mm.
then a lot of people came to the rescue. And now I see the person again. Now they buying more stuff. So I'm like, be smart about it.
Wow.
Be
This is
smart.
yeah. This is why I don't
That's a
do like
message.
third party or masterpiece or anything because I'm like I'm we have a thing in Canada for all these ads for the lottery. They say know your limit, play within it. And I'm like, yeah,
Hmm.
that's
Yes.
me.
That's the
Well, in the Bay Area, don't buy an $80,000 car before you buy a
you
house.
buy a house.
Yeah.
Who was
E40.
that? That great philosopher E40.
But it's true. It is true.
Yeah. And I could say my collection, I've only been collecting, I would say 3 years now. Because
Okay.
I was a bias. If it wasn't Hasbro, it didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the first time I saw, and I kicked myself every day. when I saw that Metroplex that came out some years ago, and John, I think we spoke of that. I know you have it.
My baby.
I know you have. When I saw that, I turned my nose up at it. I said, "Look at this crap. This is terrible." And it was at Toys R Us. We had one in my city before it shut down. After that beautiful election, I won't go there. Anyway, but I didn't grab it, and I think it was like $100.
$124.99.
Yeah, I didn't grab it. I turned my nose up at it, and I said, "This is not Transformers. This is not what I grew up with." Meh, 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 meh. I said that about third parties. I hated third parties. And somebody was like, "Rashad, just give it a try." Now you can't stop me from getting them, but I still wish I had that Metroplex. You know what I'm saying? If only I would have just gave it a try back then. Kind of like the Earthrise. I have all the Earthrise figures. Every Earthrise I have. My two favorite ones would have to be Run Amok and Run About, and they didn't last very long because they showed up and they were gone. Especially in my city, they were gone that quick.
Yeah. Wasn't
Runabout, you can forget about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Target,
I had to go all the way to the hood to get that one because I know
my store was selling them. I had them.
Oh, did you? Oh yeah. See, I didn't know you then. I didn't know you when you had them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I sold 15 of them.
Dang. Now those things I seen what they're going for now. So
yeah, and I think I was charging $30 for them.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, but
yeah,
I'm whatever I can get my hands on, and now I've got to the point where if it looks good to me, I'm gonna get it. I stopped trying to do the every figure that comes out. I don't do that anymore because some of them I just don't like. I really don't like. A lot of the legacy figures I just don't like. It's just me. Like I saw the Starscream, I don't like it.
Yeah. I'm not an Armada guy either, so I'm like, none of those guys do anything for me.
Yeah, Armada, that disappointed me. I mean, imagine coming from G1 to G2, and then you start seeing Armada and all this other stuff, and I'm like, what the heck is this? It was so disappointing. I mean, now, when this cat came out, I jumped on him because I just thought this
the alternator?
It's a side swipe. I forget what they were doing with this one.
Generations alternators, right? Yeah,
I believe so.
It's an alternator. Yeah.
I liked it because I like the convertible, like the Viper thing, but it kind of took a while for me to really get back into Transformers because it was just a lot of the stuff they were putting out was just pure crap. The Energon,
Can I ask you a question on that?
Yeah.
So do you think if there was a story to explain their new modes, would that have helped you become more into Transformers, opposed to them just changing things up?
If they would have let the G1 people draw it.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, a lot of the new cartoons that came out, I just couldn't follow. I didn't like all the computer generated stuff. It's like I'm an old school kid. I can't do it. Beast Wars. Shout out to all the Beast Wars fans, but Rashad can't get with the Beast Wars. I couldn't. I couldn't. I tried, and I'm like, all right, maybe one day I will sit down, I get some chicken wings or some Martinelli, and I'll give it a try. But it just, for some reason, I just can't get with it because of the way it looks.
I'm just over here like,
Yeah. The toys look cool, but the cartoon, I was like, And when we got into the 90s, I don't know how many people would really believe a lot of that computer generated stuff was just starting to really like pop with these. You know. I mean, we had, what was the name? Was it Captain Sky Commander or something like that? Now, not Captain Planet.
Captain Power and the Soldiers.
Captain Power. Power.
Yeah.
Now I remember when Captain Power
with the space gun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When Captain Power came out, I was like, it seemed kind of cool, but then it just kind of took it too far. And when they did that in Transformers, to me, a diehard fan, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I can't follow it, but I will give it a try eventually. I promise. Just give us a new video game, and I'll be straight too.
Let me.
Yeah, my favorite. Do you have a favorite Beast War character?
Me?
Yeah.
None. I don't like.
Moving on.
Monkey, Prime Monkey, Optimus.
Optimal Monkey. God damn.
Maybe when I see this movie, maybe things have changed, but I don't know, man. I'm like, I really just took it personal. Like, what are you doing? But I know it's like we have to grab another audience. Like, okay, you guys are old. You guys are growing up. We need more children to captivate to keep this stuff alive. I totally get it. Yeah. I get it.
You know, when Kingdom started, like, you know, all the Beast Wars updates, right? I had people who just sort of knew I was into Transformers but didn't know anything about Transformers, who were my age, who were coming out of the woodwork and being like, hey, have you seen they're doing Beast Wars guys again? I had like 2-3 people come to me and tell me that. So it absolutely had its like specific group of people who just know Beast Wars.
Yeah. I did like that series on Netflix. I know some people didn't. I loved it. I didn't care about the voice acting. I don't care about that, but I loved it. I did love the storyline. I like where they took it, and once again, it kind of gave me something I was missing. I was missing that.
It was a little dry for me.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I watched it. I was sitting at work in the break room checking it out when it dropped, knowing I could have got fired. But I'm like, I'm gonna watch it.
The part that pissed me off the most was how they try to level up and make Astro Chain, you know, be something today. We thought he was going to be something big in the next series, and he did nothing.
He just showed up and was large, and that was it.
Just there. You know, like, I see you. All right. And that's it.
It wasn't in the budget to make him doing much. Didn't have the budget for it. You know, Netflix don't give them much.
The best scene out of all of the whole series was when Omega Supreme came out of nowhere and just lit everybody up. Yes. That was the best scene. His toy skyrocketed after that.
Yes.
Yeah. It jumped up to like another $100 to $200.
Yeah. I was fortunate enough to get one. When I saw it, and I really thought it was motorized. That's why I bought it, but it wasn't. Psych.
You know they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. But I love that figure. That is a great figure. Even when the Ark transformed, I loved that. I know some people didn't like it. I did it.
Surprisingly, I never did that until that show. That seems like such a natural thing for it to have.
I totally agree.
All right, let's catch up on some of the comments. So let's see. Oh, no, we already did that one. So TJ says, now we're going to have to turn IG stalker alert. And,
sign about your giveaways.
Yeah, and there 2727 says a great app. TJ says good thing. And Skywarp, the Toy Warp Vintage Review says headset isn't working, so he's going to be hiding in the audience. So welcome once again.
A Bigfoot truck will just drive by out of nowhere.
Yep, mentioned E40. And Stephen Bach says, I only get Transformers with plasma donation money, Christmas money, and birthday money, which is
how it should be.
Yeah, $5.20 a month, 3 hours a week.
I have never donated blood for money. I mean, good on you if you can make that work for you.
I could, funny, back in the, I left home early, like in my teens. I just taught all y'all. I bounced. So I went to this program called the San Diego Job Corps. Now, it was a government program, free food, room and board, all that type of stuff. Every 2 weeks, we'd be lining up to get our little stipend of $25. every 2 weeks it was like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
So
funny.
what we used to do, and I never did it, but we'd all put our money together to buy drinks, get a hotel, and party. But a lot of them would actually go give plasma. And they're like, every 2 weeks, I gotta get plasma. And it was like crack addicts running up there to get plasma so we can get that money, you know what I'm saying? So I know a little bit about that. I hate needles, which is why I never did it. But you brave soul, you for the Transformers, go right ahead. You know, I toyed around with this character I do on my show called BB-43, Black Bumblebee. And
Mhm.
and one thing that set it off, I actually BB-43 hacks my page and says, "This is how
I remember
Rashad get
that.
those transformers," and he showed a bunch of cans and everything like that for my. Basically, he said I was recycling. I was digging in a trash can to recycle to get transformer money. So, BB-43, I will get you. I will find you.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
man.
you know you're a diehard collector because you almost killed yourself trying to pick up a package when you fell off your porch.
Wow. Story.
Any anybody want to see that? That is on my page. It's on my
Oh, really?
it's on my YouTube page. And so the thing is, matter of fact, around the time me and Jay met, I was actually trying to like wait on my package, and I walked out my flip flops, looked on my porch, and I stepped down, and my ankle just buckled, like they just went bloop, and
Wow.
I plopped, but I got up like a G.
I remember we're watching this, and me and my wife we like stood up like, oh shit, is he all right? I remember talking to you. Said when you said you were cool, we just busted out laughing.
If you have not seen that video, I mean, to me, I still laugh about it to this day because I'm like, that was embarrassing, but let me share this with the freaking world because, I caught it on my
Oh
Ring camera,
man.
and I was like, you can't make this stuff up.
Yep.
I was looking for my package, and I mean, I'm glad nobody saw it, but I said, you know what, this is good TV. Let me make fun of myself and just show the world.
I'm just glad there was grass there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh
That
man.
was pure comedy.
So
Yes.
Steven Box says OG Armada Starscream and Thrilling 30 Armada Starscream have equally greater function than the Legacy one. And also
believe that.
says, I got in the Japan subs of Unicron Trilogy. The little bits of English Unicron Trilogy I seen were all ass.
Well, I mean, I said that a couple weeks
Oh,
ago.
I-
Like, it had a really, really rushed dub that was airing basically at the same time as the Japanese one. That's how rushed it was. So it was just like really poor quality because they were just plugging it into Google Translate or whatever the equivalent was back then, not giving it a pass, and just handing it to the voice actors, being like, "Here, read this. This has got to be aired like immediately."
Wow.
Wow.
That's why I sound like that. Huh?
That sounds about right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I buy that.
The most obvious thing is every episode, like, you know how like one time in the G1 cartoon they called him Trailblazer instead of Breaker. Another time they called him Splick instead of Spike.
Yep.
They did that a lot more often on the Armada and stuff. Everybody had the wrong names a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really incredible.
I mean, even
It's like, hey, Pistol Whip.
cartoons.
My name is Jazz.
Yeah.
So-
can I tell y'all some people on Instagram I really envy that I follow, but I really secretly I hate them. I'm just playing. I love y'all, but it's the thing is, there's this one cat I follow, and I can't remember his name, but he lives in Singapore, and he's getting everything before it even gets over here, man. And I'm like,
Is
dude,
it
I am so
Kevin
jealous
Lowe?
of you. I don't think so. Let me. If I found his page, I would show it. But I was like, man, you have to be the ultimate because you have Everything we're looking for over here,
Mhm.
it's already there. It's already over there in Singapore. And I'm like, I gotta go to Singapore. I gotta get over there and just go shopping. I don't know how much I'm gonna
Right.
spend because I don't know if it's like, I don't really know what the US dollar is over there, but some of these cats overseas, man, it's just like
Mhm.
I sit back and I'm like, man, y'all can make a killing if you really went into business because I know a lot of us would buy, but I'm sure that shipping would just probably, kill all that, kill pockets. But shouts out to everybody over there that's really putting us to shame because they're getting everything first, you know what I mean? And sometimes they go through the whatever mall this is or whatever store this is, and it's just everything. So everything that that's been released to us or they're showing, coming soon, it's already over there.
Mhm.
And
I'm gonna say it's probably really expensive to do anything there. Though the
yeah,
only reason I'm saying that is because that's where the Crazy Rich Asians was set. So, based entirely on that.
yeah,
Well,
man,
the interesting thing when you say shipping, the shipping from that region over to I believe the States, but I know for Canada is a lot cheaper for them than it is for us to ship back to them. So
Yeah.
whatever items they're selling for cheap, or for a lower cost, the shipping for them is basically nothing. For us to ship back to them, it's almost like a
Yeah, yeah.
hundred, or more,
Yeah.
and it never makes any sense why that is. So that's why they're able to just send stuff out,
yeah.
multiples, and it doesn't affect them.
Yeah,
Right.
I know
So just
some
looking
cat
at
people do
never.
Jazz
this at
right
all.
now. Yeah, looking at Jazz right now. He's going
This
for an average
cat,
about 50 to
yeah, he gets
uh
them all, man. When he
Oh
shows up,
boy.
I'm like, bro, I hate you.
yeah.
Like, good guy. I mean,
Yeah, you're
really
right
good
about
dude.
that.
Thus,
Really
we've begun
good
our
guy, man.
transformation into a drama channel.
Yes. Oh man.
So catching up on
Yeah,
the
you're looking at
comments.
about $55 with Jazz right now. 55 and
Wow.
then like another $30 in shipping coming from UK.
So I catch up on the comments and then some more questions. So Steven says, "Truck not monkey goes to
Ah,
IG to comment tag Rashad and on my truck not monkey post."
bro, it's not 1996.
Uh,
Oh man.
TJ says, "My kids love BB43,"
Oh man.
and Professor D sending a comment to Dare 2727. "Good to see you here, bro. I'm a fan of your TF YouTube channel. We gotta have you on the show sometime soon." So the
Yeah.
Professor D is one of the other members of the crew. So that's an invite to Dare 2727 to come by.
Yes, sir.
And
Nice.
Steven says, "I spent time in ICU for skin and blood for 4 days and 4 nights back in 2017, so not bothered by needles since. Plus, I live single digits minutes away, walking distance from plasma plays. I do a lot
that
of
would
I do a lot
that
of
would
my
do it. If
phone
it was right there.
Yeah.
reading, watching, and social media while laid up on plasma. Since instead of wasting my time laying around doing such at home for free."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
I ain't knocking that. That's if you can make it work for you, great.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't even think
What do you
people
charge
can
by the
take my
pound?
blood.
I I don't know. You're asking the wrong one, bro. Hey, yeah.
Hmm.
Me and Needles, we don't get along. We're not friends
No.
at all.
Yeah.
So
Well, if there's people doing it for blood, imagine who's doing it for semen.
So back to our questions.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So
Immediately changing the subject.
yeah. So our question number 4 is, how
Yes,
many
yes.
figures would you estimate that you own?
Me?
Yes.
I gotta put it at. I'm at 2,000 about now.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, this is 3 years of collecting, so
Right.
I'm about that, maybe a little more. But like I said, all the Earthrise, and what was before that?
Siege.
Siege. I have all of those. I have a lot of stuff that's from what I call the Far East Coast. You know what I mean? I have a lot of Takara Tomies. I have a lot of stuff, and one day I will show them all. But I'm up to about 2,000.
Okay.
And I did put the challenge out there this year. I'm at a race for 100 figures by the end of the year. Now,
Okay.
I'm sure it's obtainable, but what I'm trying to do is do all third parties for myself.
Oh.
You know, just the challenge that
Oh.
I'm putting on. So
The
right
hardest
now
mode.
I would be at 10. No, I'll be at 15 for the year as of right now.
Okay.
Third parties, and a lot of them are still in boxes. I mean, I get so busy at times. I can't even like run through them all. I'm getting ready to do season 3 of Let's Talk Transformers, so that'll be a nice kickoff for that one. So yeah, I'm about 2,000 and some change right now.
So you're kind of aiming for 2 characters a week till the end of the year.
Yeah, and I'm
That's a lot.
I'm
Legitimate.
about
Good
that.
luck. Even if I was buying cheap ass guys, I would find that challenging.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
it can be, but I still have to wait till things come out. A lot of things I have already, and I know like one guy was like, "Man, what are you doing?" And it's like I don't have any
Ooh.
habits. You know what I'm saying? And what a lot of people don't know is I spent a lot of time in the music industry. You know what I mean? I have an album out. It did very well, gospel rap artist. So there you go. That actually funds what I do a lot. So you know what I'm saying? I don't take away from the family. That's a no-no. You know what I'm saying?
There
It's
you go.
all through music royalties and everything like that. So for those that are asking, because some people like, what you slanging? No,
Hmm.
that's not what I know. No, sir. But MOG Mervin. Anybody can check that out. Look up the music videos that I have. That's how I like to support my habit.
There you go.
Just a fun fact
Nice.
about myself. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Cool.
Toy Warp there, who's like a serious little model car guy, says, I don't even have that many Matchbox cars in relation to the amount of stuff you got.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
the thing
something,
is,
because
you don't have no. And for me, I have nowhere to put them, which is why I raise my hand. Box collector. I do have a setup of things that are just around, but everything else, it's like I put away in the garage, and when I get a new place and get my man cave, the house that I'm gonna die in, is when I'm gonna put everything up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some cats like John and some other cats that have like basements, man, and I sit back and look like, see, that's what I'm talking about. My own personal room where I could just put stuff up, you know.
Well,
So yeah.
one of the other members of the crew named Mr. Magnus, he recently in the last couple of years moved into his new home and built his basement for his Transformers collection,
That's
which
dope.
he's still
That's
in the
beautiful.
process of building.
it looks
So
like a really good store, like a really good like booth at a convention or something.
Man.
He was on last week, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was hot. Yeah, his room is clean.
So from what you just said, this kind of goes in our question. I'm going to skip down to question 10 and 11, which question 10, are you boxed or unboxed?
I'm gonna just tell you, it depends on the figure and the day of the week. Because
Okay.
I mean, I have like my Mirage. I have my MMC. Streetwise.
Hmm.
A lot of the figures that I'm kind of like, yeah, man, I gotta mess with that one. I'll open them up. I opened this one because I bought stickers from Toy Hacks.
Right.
And for me, it's therapeutic. I like to put stickers on some of my bots, you know what I mean? Especially like when I'm just having one of these days, like, you know, somebody got a punchable face, say the wrong word to me. You know what I'm saying? I sit back, put my stickers on. But so
Yeah, I like
I'm
listening to
like,
stuff while I do that.
Mhm.
yeah, I'm 50-50, man. I am 50-50, but I have stuff that I keep in the box because I know it's rare and I don't want to open it to mess it up or depreciate the value, if you will, just in case, one day I may just say, hey, I got another one and I may want to get rid
Oh,
of it.
hey.
There it is.
There's the guy we were just
Hey,
talking about.
yes, yep. Is that the
Looks
man
like you
cave
got
back there?
yeah. Looks like you got customers in your store because I just said
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what it's like.
So-
this is my friend Charlie, who's visiting from Hawaii.
Oh, hey.
Yo,
And he's walking around the room for the first time.
Hey,
That
Charlie,
is
how's it
nice.
going?
that's nice.
I don't know. Maybe I played with this. It looks old enough that it looks like I played with it.
Oh yeah.
So, Rashad, as I was mentioning, Mr. Magnus, who has the basement collection, and Magnus, welcome. Meet Rashad, the toy collector,
How you doing,
How are you,
sir?
Rashad?
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
and everyone else who's on deck. And actually, let me just catch up to. Actually, before I catch up to the comments, so the number 11 question for Rashad was, would you ever move due to your collection?
Due to the collection, no. More so due to the family. What they want to do. I'm a family dude. You know what I'm saying? Love my family. You know what
Cool.
I'm saying? So to the collection, no, I can throw the collection in the garage, and I'll be straight with that until I actually have a place to display them and things like that. Kind of like my man down there. Yeah, that looks like one of them rooms I just like to walk in and geek out with.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then that's just one part of the room
Oh,
that you're
pictures
looking
of
at.
them.
Wow.
Basically.
Whoa! Can you blow that up again? Does he have all the siege ships up there on the top?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure is.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
The Seekers. I like that.
The secret
I was
is.
gonna say, we have somebody new here. Let me pan the room for you.
Hello.
Hey.
That's clean.
Yeah. That's gold.
I like that you just have a group of people just hanging out in the space.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Well, they just got here. They just got here from Hawaii.
I grew up with this guy.
Yeah, Charlie's one of my oldest friends.
Oh, nice.
This is Get up here in the camera, Chuck. Oh, I'm gonna have to lower the deck. Hang on.
I'm short.
Yeah.
Nice
You're
hat.
doing the Monsters Inc. thing because your name was just covering his face.
So this is the guy that I was telling you that could do the predator sound. Get up there.
Okay.
Oh my god! Yes. Did it pick it up at all?
Yeah.
Didn't.
Nope.
Did it?
Oh, wait, try it again.
Is it coming through at all?
Is he going through the mic? You can pick up your voice. That's pretty loud.
I know.
Yeah, no.
It's like muting
All right.
it.
Yeah, it just went,
It's more like.
yeah.
I've been doing that ever since the movie came out.
All right. We take everything off of it.
Oh, it's not picking it up.
Yeah, it's not picking it up.
Interesting.
It's very loud in this room.
Wow.
Yeah, his son can do it too. It's creepy.
That's crazy.
And I know for me, looking at the collection, especially the collection I built, just walking into my office, it just feels like it's peace. It's peaceful for me. Some people have crystals and rocks and all this kind of stuff. I have transformers, and it's just like my time to sit back and man, I can't believe I got my hands on that one. Or I got my hands on that one. Or I had to kick somebody in the balls to get that one. You know what I'm saying? Out here, sometimes it is a fight. It's kind of like the Wild West. You look at somebody, they look at you, and you're trying to be cool about it, but you guys only see the same figure, and it's only one. I've had a few of those, you know, but of course I reign
No
supreme.
comment.
Yeah.
No,
It gets
you
like
already
that
mentioned your
sometimes.
story last week.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I work right over there, and like it helps me to have all this stuff around me while I'm at work. I'm like, all right, so if I'm in like a you know Zoom meeting or I'm waiting for something to happen or just
Yeah.
I got my figures here to mess around with.
Well, funny enough, Professor D and I, we used to have a recording studio just west of downtown Toronto, and
Mm.
over above the monitor station, I had my entire Transformers collection. So it's just
Oh,
kind of like
nice.
that love of sitting in a recording studio working on music, but then looking up and my entire collection is just on this one long shelf, and everyone that who would come by, they're just like, ooh, like I haven't seen
you
that
ever
since
like
I was a kid. Like,
Yeah.
like I still got them.
you ever like try and like record a ratchet joint or something and like sample it and turn it into something?
You're actually on to something. You are definitely on to something.
Wait, who
Trying to
did the
figure people
Transformer
out.
beat? Rashad?
Oh, Spin's done several.
The Transformer beat.
Wasn't it 3-6 Mafia? They did a version of it. They took
Yeah, they did.
the scene
They
change
did
beat.
one.
Yeah.
They did
Interesting.
one. Warren G did one also.
Oh, I never heard that one.
Because
Yeah,
there was another beat that it was basically called the Constructicon theme. But that one came out, I believe, early '90s, and no one fully remembers who created that beat because that was probably one of the earliest Transformer beats that came out that was released.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that just appear around the internet. But I'm talking like this G1 scoop here. Like it's lousy with the just these loud ratchets. Do something with that,
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know.
Sounds like my knees when I get up.
So let's catch up on some of the comments. Let's see. So Steven says a lot of dance and martial artists, other people don't have hand-eye coordination to photograph well. So he was saying that compared to an earlier comment. Actually, hold on 1 second. There, to an earlier comment was saying photographers make the comparable amount donating blood to doing three hours of work. And let's see. So Lucas on YouTube says hello there to everyone.
Lucas.
What's up, Lucas? How you doing?
And TJ says, note, do another background check on Rashad.
Well, I'm here. Let me show off a stupid thing I've been building. I've been trying to make a Dinobot combiner with only the one member of the combiner team I got, because they're like 5mm compatible. That's how they work. So I just grabbed some other 5mm stuff, and I'm like, there you go. So that's how you make a combiner with only one guy.
Wow.
Stick the arms from what's his name, Aragon, and the legs from Transmutate on there onto the 5mm ports.
Like hell, well, let's throw some mutagen on it from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is what we
Yeah,
got.
straight up.
This is what you get.
Yeah.
Well, Steven says I had a basement bedroom as a kid with stuff on display. And TJ says I'm going to have to do like a channel like Cribs where everyone can show off their collection.
That'd be hot.
Yeah,
that would
that's
be a
actually
good
pretty
idea.
good.
Mm-hmm. And Professor D, I was thinking Spin and I are old enough that we may as well do gospel hip-hop albums. Maybe Rashad will produce it.
Hey, let me know. When I did it, it was very, very successful. I'm loving it because I'm still eating very, very good off of it. So that's my thing.
And Steven says gospel hip-hop wonders what part of us Rashad is in. I'm from the Bible Belt. And Professor D says Bill's Tetra Jets look classy. And Steven said there was someone who remixed the Chronicle Corridor from Chrono Trigger into mainstream hip hop beat.
I think I heard that one.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a couple other questions we have, which is funny because your main topic question is kind of our number 8, which I will read on some comments of. So our question was, if your house was on fire, which we pray never happens, which figure would you save?
I'm always like, let's presume the important people have all gotten out.
Oh, yeah. You know, every man for himself. You know, I'm just joking.
So, guys, I do have company tonight, so I'm going to be out.
All righty.
We'll
Nice
Thanks for
meeting you.
popping
see you
in.
all next week.
All righty.
Take care, sir.
I would have to say, if I had to get rid of it all, or whatever the case would be, I would have to keep my Zeta Toy Superion. Why?
Really?
Because I got 5 figures. You know what I'm saying? Start my collection over with 5. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that I don't know what it is about that figure, but I absolutely love that. I love that figure. I love the build. I love the quality. I love everything about it. I'm sure there's other collectibles I have that I could have picked, but that one has to be the one where I would like, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to this one. I'm really gonna hold on to this one if I had to get rid of everything. You know what I mean? And I do have a Grand Max that I absolutely love, but it had to be my Zeta Toy Superion. I'm just in love with that figure. Still in the box.
Max?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just have to. And let's put it like this: if I decide to break it up, I can sell each one of them for $200 a pop. If I need some quick
That's
change,
true.
you know what I'm saying?
If you need to start over.
Yeah, I'm thinking mathematically here, just a little bit, but it would have to be that one for me.
See, I messed up when Span was explaining this question to me. I thought of between what toy and child. And
Never.
I picked the toy over the child. Figured that I taught them enough to survive on their own and get out.
Yeah. My kids, they already know fire they running. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably be screaming, "Daddy, come on!" Like, well, I gotta get something first. One.
I have to remember Bill's answer because he's not here to say it. Was that he was like, most of these display cases have wheels. I'm rolling them all out.
Yeah, right. Amen to that.
So you know, so I'm changing my number 8 question, and it's going to now be Rashad's question. So that way it's more clear, and it's not it's not like a house on fire situation. Basically, you know, if you had to sell your collection, is there one that you would hold on to? So TJ says OGG1 Megatron. The price he's going for right now will help me start over.
Yeah.
That is true. He is up on the site.
It's going for a lot, you know.
Which yeah, there's because I'll get through some of the other comments because we put the question on social media, and one person did say between OG Megatron and Optimus, they would save the Megatron for the fact that it's harder to find him with the legalities behind him, whereas like it's easier to find the OG Optimus.
Really?
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, because you can't sell toy guns. Well, like that one.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of Optimuses.
I remember they shut me down from TikTok when I showed Megatron.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Right.
I
heard about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was you, but I heard about that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We were live, and I showed the old school Megatron in its gun mode, and they
the MP36.
Yeah, they locked me up for
Yeah.
that. I said, "Whoa, what'd I do?" And I had to dispute it. I said it was just a toy. Calm down. Showed them pictures and everything. They released me though, but I said
I can absolutely see how they make that mistake.
Oh, you too?
No, I said I could see how they'd make that mistake because they just flick through it and see like, oh, that's a realistic gun.
Yep.
Yep.
Take them down. Shut them down. I said, dang, man, that's what I'm like, did I do something wrong? But I'm like, it had to have been just the gun mode. Had to have been. Wowzers.
So Steven says, if I had to choose between my Autobot and Decepticon bins, I choose the former since I got more expensive bots in it. My custom CW Red Team, Optimus, and my Energon Autobots. And she would also say I would get my DSLR and laptop first and foremost objects-wise.
For the sake of argument, let's say that like everything else that's important, including your valuables, got out.
Yep.
Great A.
And welcome, Dre, all day. And thank you.
Dre all day. What's up? That's my big brother right there.
Nice.
Like my actual big brother. That's my blood brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, not how black people use brother, but
Yeah.
his real brother.
No,
Same
that's my brother right there. You know,
Yeah.
not brother, but brother.
It's like,
that's my play cousin.
do the right thing. And it's like, if you own your own pizza joint, you can have your brothers on your wall, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins. And I'm like,
Yep.
no, it's not quite like that.
Man.
Okay, so on Facebook, let's see, someone said they couldn't put a monetary value in terms of what, in terms of asking a question. They're not sure which character they would hold on to, for the fact they wouldn't try to sell their entire collection, because they've had their collection for over 30 years. So it would be impossible to pick one character to go with.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true. Because I know with me and my collection, I mean, there'll come a day when, I mean, let's just be honest. We all have this day when we won't be here anymore. I've already told my children, I said, hey, you know what? Take it, sell it all. You know what I'm saying? Let me enjoy it for my, maybe 85 till I get there. Take everything, get rid of it all. Don't keep anything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of stuff that I'm sure will continue to grow in value. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just having fun with it right now. But the day that daddy is gone, take it, get rid of it. Don't keep it.
Hell with that. King Tut me. Put all my gold and my tune with me.
like an Egyptian pharaoh just surrounded by robots and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Take it to the other side.
Like other collectors are going to be pulling Indiana Jones heists trying to get at it.
Oh, man.
All right. There's a green light in there. But you gotta go under his nuts to get it.
Oh man. You got original G1 Megatron. We going to get it. Yeah, you're robbing the tomb, man.
Oh man.
They can bring what's it? Geraldo.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That would definitely be hard, man, to get rid of my collection. But like I said, if I had to, that's what I'd collect. Yeah, or that's what I would keep, I should say. Is that one.
So a few more comments. Someone said, if they had to get rid of their collection and could only have one, they would keep their Earthrise Optimus Prime.
It's a solid choice.
Another person said,
interesting.
Shout out the groups. So that was that comment was from the Transformers pics and vids on Facebook, and then this one from Transformers G1 Global Marketplace. Actually, this was the one where it said it would either be Megatron because of his gun mode and the limitations, or Soundwave because he's retro and people don't remember or understand what a Walkman is. So it was between those two.
Nice.
Well, even if you
I got the Walmart.
Everybody likes Soundwave. Yeah.
This is my original.
Soundwave's like the platonic ideal of a Transformer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, still got mine in my box.
Yeah, it's like, what is a Walkman? Well,
exactly.
How much time you got? I believe y'all call them. You guys call them iPods now?
Not even streaming services at this point.
Yeah, I remember when the Soundwave first came out, and everyone was like, "Well, can you listen to music on it?" Back in the days, because As a kid, I had never seen a sound wave. I've seen it on TV, but nobody, of course, I mean, in the hood, ain't nobody have sound wave. You know, it was crazy. And I know, like my brother, even my brother, he'll go in. You know, he can contest to this. Like in the neighborhood, we were the kids that had the most Transformers because, you know, and a lot of times, like of course, we had to wait till Christmas and things like that. But moms would like, you know, she would hustle, save up every like all year, and my grandmother just so we could have Transformers. But you know, back then they didn't cost that much.
Right.
Well, for you know that time, it was a lot of money. But I mean, I look at what Optimus Prime was back in the day. Was it like $30, maybe back in the
Just
80s?
just
for
under 30.
G1?
Just on, yeah,
He was 19. Some place you found it for 17.
back in the days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and $19 and 17 ain't nothing to me now. But apparently back then it was like, I mean, I remember my mama. That thing cost $30.
Yeah.
You know,
That's crazy.
but the one that came out that we really went nuts for was the Fortress Maximus. When that dropped back in the 80s, that was the biggest one, and nobody I knew had it.
No, same here.
That's
I
right.
don't know anyone who had that.
If anybody has an original, salute to you. 'Cause that
I remember at one TFCon, the year where the reissue that they did was like the big thing. Seeing somebody just like hugging a box of it and carrying it around, it was like still gigantic.
yeah, that thing is huge.
Yeah.
So on another Facebook group, Transformers Nation, one person answered that it's between Slag and Defensor, and they most likely go with Defensor because he's a 5-in-1 and he's had him since he was a kid.
There you go. Good value. You're not saving
There you
one,
go.
you're saving 5.
Yeah, there you go. Defensor has to be one of my favorites. Shouts out to that one.
And now asking the same question on Reddit, that one spanned, I would say, multiple generations of fans, and I'll quickly go through some of them.
Yeah, I'm interested in what the public says.
Yeah, so the same question: if you had to get rid of your entire collection and could only keep one, one person said, Revenge of the Fallen Leader Prime. Another person said Power Master Optimus, and they got it for Christmas. Another one said they just recently started collecting, so they would hold on to Tarn and sell everything else. Let's see. Another person said, where was it? The Japanese MP1.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Nice choice.
Studio Series 86 Grimlock. And there was actually one. Actually, that's the same one. That was a sentimental answer because a person's wife had passed away, and that was the last gift that she gave him before she passed away.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's and it hurts. Yeah, I can dig that one. You know, I have.
There's a lot of value in this room, but I would probably grab that cabinet that's flashing green right now and then red. That is all the G1s that I played with when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And so that would probably be the easiest thing for me to grab and go. But this big stack right here that has Unicron on it, there's a double set of doors right here that leads outside.
Yeah, I was
I'll open that up. I just push that
throw
whole
everything
thing
out.
It's on wheels. It's on wheels. I just push it out and then grab that stack and run.
Whatever makes it.
I said, speaking of the Power Master Optimus Prime, you know, my brother Dre, when his time in the Navy, he actually picked up a black Power Master Optimus Prime. It was like a 30, I don't know, a anniversary, 30th and 10th anniversary or whatever. And he actually gave that to me, you know.
Nice.
And
Holy one, you showed me that one.
Yeah.
That's
And
dope.
Big Bro gave me that, and I was like, yo, because I remember when he actually got a Power Master Optimus Prime back in the 80s. You know what I mean? We we were being bad. Mom's was gone. So I decided to like put a little slit in the present to see if I could see what was in there. I tell you, when she came home, boy, man, Rashad! I'm like, uh-oh.
I did it
Yeah.
too. I did it too. I think it was 87 for Omega Supreme. Just a little cut on the present, and I'm like, yes, got Omega.
Yeah, he got
But
Omega.
got in
Oh,
trouble
man.
for it.
I would
Yep.
cut the tape on the end. That way I could open up and see the whole end cap and then tape it back.
Oh, that's fun.
All I got was a burrito supreme. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, Burrito Supreme, man. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Carry on. Let's not make this about me.
Yes.
Let's see. One quick comment. Primetime Stephen Joy says that I would keep my train bots, and Professor D says hard to say which one that would save would be maybe MP44 Prime or Fans Toys Omega.
We're being judged.
Those are good choices.
Yeah. By whom?
Where they live in their whisper in a helicopter?
Yeah.
Background noise.
Gosh, the suggestions have thrown me into, like, I don't know anymore. I had an answer, but now I'm not so sure. Now I'm feeling like, 1 year for my birthday, my fiance gave me a Combiner Wars Victorion over my shoulder. This is the worst setup ever. Wow, I can't camera.
No.
There we go.
There we go.
You can see Combiner Wars Victorion in the back. My fiance gave me that for my birthday many years ago. I feel like for sentimental value, I'd probably wind up grabbing that.
Well, that's a safe answer. Sure, you better grab it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go.
So,
If I had a second choice, I'd probably pick the retro Hot Rod because Hot Rod's my favorite character, and this is probably the most fun version of them that I've ever handled. It's just all the goodness of the original, movie accurate colors. That's everything in one go.
Is that the one that just came out?
But that one first. Yeah, the one that just came out. I had I have a G1 Hot Rod up there for a little while, like a reissue, and now that they've just done this one, which is the same thing but a little bit better, I'm like, this is the one.
Yeah.
I got them too. Yeah, my colors are off. Yeah, this one's too dark.
Calvin said everyone is fired for the last figure you're keeping.
Oh no, we're trying to save them from a fire.
Well, that's for you.
Stephen Bog says, "Guess my Siege 6 gun since I started my COVID era collecting." Yeah, that makes sense.
Nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, and a few more answers that we had over on Reddit. Depth charge repaint, G1 Hot Rod and Rodimus. Let's see, and they asked if Lego Optimus counts. I'm like, yep.
Absolutely.
MP44. Let's see, and let's see, and pre-rub G1 Soundwave.
Oh, nice.
TFA leader Megatron. And
animated, yeah.
hybrid style Galaxy Convoy.
Oh.
Yeah.
HasLab Unicron.
Try getting that out, while you're running.
Yep. Another
He's on the
Earthrise.
rolling cart. He's on the rolling cart. He's going out the door. He might not survive the 6-foot fall, but he's going out the door.
Thanks.
Another Earthrise Optimus and Studio Series 86 Grimlock. And let's see, a tie between G1 Hot Rod, 86 Hot Rod, and 86 Grimlock. And either Bruticus or Devastator. Power to
Nice.
Prime Moon Racer, Black Zarok, MP10 Nemesis Prime, Hero Mashers Optimus, G1
What?
Bumblebee.
I want to know the story behind Hero Masters Optimus. Why that would be their choice?
And oversized KO Predaking.
Oh,
That's a good piece. I've got him sitting over there.
Nice.
That's a good question.
yeah.
Cool.
And
So
Kevin
then,
says,
check your targets, folks. I found Metal Hawk on Saturday. Still looking for Twin Cast.
for everybody that wants a Metal Hawk, I guess. That one didn't appeal. That one doesn't appeal to me because they picked the least interesting way to do him. I thought as a character.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the old BotCon one they did? Because you know how he's a pretender, like he fits into a shell that looks like a person. So they did one for BotCon many years ago. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I'm envious of that Tarn.
Yeah, they came in. I was opening the box earlier.
Yeah.
I had 13 Transformers get delivered today from BBTS.
Were they all primes?
No, they're Twin Casts, Tarn, Flame War, my 3 breakdowns.
Ooh.
2
I saw a breakdown at Target today.
Yeah. He's everywhere.
The Legacy Sound Blasters.
Yeah, I have those. I have the Thundercracker.
DK30 upgrade kit for
Galvatron,
Galvatron.
or who's that? Yeah.
Galvatron.
Oh, nice.
And this. Because I had one when I was a kid.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm with you.
That's lovely. Oh, I want one of those. I'd take that to work with me.
Same here.
You got to show him the thermos.
It's got the thermos.
Ooh, nice.
I didn't even know there was
I'm
a
with
thermos.
you.
Yeah, I had somebody at work was like, I saw this and I thought about you.
There you go.
Oh, does everybody have
There we
these?
go. And
Yeah. They say, I saw this and I thought about you. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
man.
nice.
Well, it just looks super small. This thing was huge when I was a kid, but I'm 6'5" and a half, so it's hella little.
I know. I pulled this out and I was like, oh, it's like miniature sized lunchbox.
Yeah, that fits a snack.
Right.
If I'm lucky.
I'm a construction worker. I have what they call the 12-hour lunchbox, because we can be stuck there for 12 hours. So you got 3 meals in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that wouldn't fly. That's like 9 o'clock break there.
Rashad could fit one pack of cookies in it.
That's about it. A pack of cookies and a little bottle of Martinelli. That's about it. Maybe some Transformer fruit snacks, and I'm done.
That's it.
But this is my favorite so far this year. I don't know if you guys can see it.
It's got a lot of
it's
glare.
like a glowing thing.
Yeah.
It's got a Decepticon symbol on it. I can make that out.
What
That's
is
about
that?
It's a business card holder.
Card holder. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, I found it on Entertainment Earth.
Oh, nice.
Cool. And Professor D says MP36 might be my single favorite figure. Ticks all the boxes for me. G1 accurate, great action figure, super complex engineering, and on top of all that, I can threaten people with the alt mode.
I have to look it up. He's talking about Megatron.
Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Megatron. Yeah. Oh man.
I still need to get one.
And Steven says I stash breakdown spoiler in his backpack. I also stash Scrap Hook's hook in his place. They both have functional backpacks.
Wow. I'm glad people are digging that question. I know when you asked, I said, yeah, this would be the question for me. If I could have one,
Mhm.
what would it be? It takes a lot of brain power because I'm sure people have big collections as I see. But if it was just one, what would you pick and why? That's woo. Even though I would never like to think about losing my collection. Not
Mhm.
now.
Trust me, I'm gonna fight the fire first.
Real.
Let's put your fists up.
Oh
So
man.
70% of my house is concrete, but from the wall up,
Mm.
that's all wood and tar and shingles, and
Yeah.
so that's where I've got to worry about.
Yep.
I got a quick
My
question
house
for
is
you
built
all.
into the ground. My house is built into the ground. It's built into a hillside.
Nice.
Nice.
So
I got a
three
quick-
sides of it are concrete.
I got a quick question for you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for you, Rashad. You started off. So if there was a draft, and we talked about this, and you're building your ultimate Transformer team, and you have the #1 overall pick from G1, who are you taking with the first overall pick to build your team around?
And I can only pick one?
Yeah. Who would fire off your draft?
And
Who's
this
on
is
your draft board?
Football?
Yeah.
You know-
well, I mean, hockey they do draft too, but
We'll go with
I'm
football.
just saying who would
Fire off?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Fort Max is gonna fire off for me. That's it.
That's your #1 pick? Oh, okay.
That's what I'm gonna pick. Fort Max is gonna fire off for me.
Spin? Who you got?
Reason being with Fort Max is who gonna go up against Fort Max? You can't stop Fort Max.
That's true.
One
But-
stomp, eye blast, something, he taking them all out. You know what I'm saying? Unless
but you know what?
Cerebros get to tripping, but
Yeah.
Mhm. But see,
Cerebros get to tripping, then I'm in trouble. But Fort Max.
I'm thinking Fort Max, nobody would want to try to tackle him or would be able to tackle him, but
Exactly.
but he's not as fast. He wouldn't be able to move quickly. And
No.
I'm thinking of a handful of characters, and I would actually pick Blur, because you throw the ball to him, he's gone. Like
Yeah.
you're right in the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blur and light
Blur, that's
speed.
right.
Mhm.
Well, I'm speaking more from a battle standpoint, not so much football. It's just more to build your team if you were going to go against other Decepticons or Autobots. Who would you pick to build your team around in support of going into war?
Oh,
Fort Max.
if in that case
Before-
I'm taking Six Shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a good pick.
Skywarp.
You going Skyward?
Yeah.
What about you, Courage?
The teleportation ability.
I'm thinking
Mhm.
about it.
Huh.
I mean, heck, why not just go with Optimus Prime? Why has nobody picked him yet?
I'm really surprised nobody hasn't. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
pick.
That was actually going to be my first pick, but I'm thinking about winning. I'm thinking about who's going to do the most damage in this amount of time. Is Fort Max. He going to take out a whole
Well,
bunch
if
of
I'm going, I think with my first pick, I would probably take Cyclonus.
Huh.
Hmm.
Now, why is that?
I don't think he gets enough credit. I think, with him, because of how Psycho Galvatron is, I think he's the mastermind behind the Decepticon, although he's being ruled by Galvatron, and he does go rogue, but the plan really doesn't work unless the Cyclonus is on board. So I think he would make an excellent, Decepticon leader. So I got to go with Cyclonus.
But if we're just talking battle, you wouldn't just want Galvatron himself vaporizing people with his cannon?
Yeah, but that only worked for like one episode. I mean, he did shit with it since. I don't know if he needs to recharge it or what.
He had one
He
shot.
had one
and he
shot and
wasted
he
it on
used it
Star
on-
Screen.
Wasted on Star
That's
Screen.
exactly what I was going to say.
Man, that's crazy.
Like just one insta-kill, perfect one shot, that's all you get. And that's what he used it
Yeah,
on.
just one. And everything else is just stunned or hurt, and just crazy.
Well,
But yeah, those are all great picks.
Prime time.
But there's
Mentions
what about you, Magnus?
Skylinks.
Skylink.
Skylings. Skylink. Oh, that's a tough one.
Mhm.
He's a little conceited for me. He'll get you killed.
All right, Joe. Well, my friends left because they've been on flights for 12 hours today. It is now 9 o'clock. 4 a.m. comes around real quick for me, so I am signing off again.
All right, all
It was a
right.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And
Nice meeting
Rashad,
you.
thanks for coming and see us. Come back and see us
Yes.
again sometime.
Definitely. I'll find you and follow you on Insta if I'm not following you already. All righty.
I'm gonna check that actually.
Yeah.
Funny.
For me,
I was gonna say for a second. Actually, no. Yeah, you go ahead. Who's your first pick?
Mike?
No, Rashad.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, for me, I know we're at that 2 hour mark. I got to get the family some food. So and this has been great. Thanks for having me on. I don't know what the next show is, but send me a link. I'll be on to join. Definitely. I had a blast. Definitely had a blast.
Nice.
Everybody out there in internet land, thanks for the participation. If you're not following me, please follow me on IG. Follow me on the Instagram.
I just did.
All right, and I got you. And on the YouTube also, subscribe. I'm coming back with season 3 of Let's Talk Transformers. Martinelli's cookies and a lot of trash talk. And then my boy, he gonna be in the house soon. You know what I'm saying? The BB-43, he's gonna be in the house doing what he does all the time. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
Gotta do that. Oh,
That's
man.
funny.
Cool, but definitely, yeah. Thank you for rolling through, and and yeah, we'll definitely bring you on once again in the near future.
Definitely. All right, y'all. Y'all be cool, man.
I'm trying.
All right.
You are cool.
Cool.
Hey, just because I guess this is what I've been doing. This is me gradually building Sludge into an even bigger war machine.
Wow.
You can see his head there. That's the little guy in the middle of it. 5mm joints, 5mm pegs. They're the best invention ever because you can just keep doing stuff like this if you got like weaponizers and stuff. You just build monstrosities.
Nice.
What are those? All 6 guns, or what are you using?
There are a bunch of different. Okay, let me see. I have to actually check because I just dropped them all on the table and started taking them apart. Okay, so Sludge is in the middle, obviously. The legs are from Transmutate. The arms are from Chromar, which is a 6-gun repaint. Yeah. Same with the thing on his chest. Little extra gun here's from Centurion, which is also, Zetar and Brunt. The guns on his shoulders are from Chromar, which is also shares a tooling with Cog and Red Cog, so those work too. Yeah, but I just broke them all up on the table and was just starting to build them. Yeah. Mix and match.
The hell with it, huh? Yeah. Nice.
So 2 more comments to your question. So Rap Chap could be a good pick if you take out another faction's base.
My fiance would agree. Rat Trap's her favorite character. This is original here.
Skylynx is cool, but Fort Max really, in terms of stats, he is the ultimate answer.
But then who are you? But then is that running by Spike, or are you allowing Cerebros to be at the helm? Because that does matter.
Interesting.
What about Galen? Nobody remembers Galen. He was the Nebulan that was his headmaster before Spike took over in the Marvel
comics. I remember Galen.
Oh, you remember Galen? Somebody else remembers Galen.
Yeah, because there's the comic version and the cartoon version. So the comic version is Galen, and then it went to Spike. The cartoon was straight to Spike.
Weren't they traditionally all robots, and they were just little, robots, not Nebulon people?
Only in Japan.
Or is that the headmaster? Okay, so there's 3 different stories then.
Yeah. American G1, they're green guys from Nebulos. Marvel G1, they're also guys from Nebulos, but they're not green skin. They just look like people. And then over in Japan, they're little robots.
Gotcha. That's an interesting one. Here's something I want to run by you guys. Do you think this would be a successful line, the rebirth line, based off of the last 3 episodes of Transformers?
I mean, they sort of tried to do that in Titan's Return, so I'd say yeah. All the most of the headmasters and target masters got updates. Not everybody, but most of them.
I wonder, because only in a sense where I'm more for the comic version of the headmasters and target masters than the rebirth episodes. Just because I know the comic books did a better job explaining the concept and building the story behind them. I think it's possible, and if they were to also bring in the other characters that were kind of overlooked, because they only focused on the main characters, but there was a handful of other characters that would really support the story and that would actually push the line to be more successful.
Yeah, it's a chromed
Are those LG?
Storm. No, these are the American ones. Mostly because they looked more like the guys and more than meets the eye. Because I put them on my comic shelf for that reason.
Yeah, I got those in the box over there in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Nice.
this was sort of that. They didn't only do headmasters, but they did most of the headmasters and most of the target masters. So it was a little bit.
Well, the American ones didn't come with the guns unless you got the LG Takara version.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I don't understand why they did. They made them headmasters for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you got. I got a couple of the LG ones here. I got LG Hot Rod, and so you have a character who has a target master and a headmaster in the same figure. Does both because they added this later.
Same thing with Misfire. I got the same. Got a headmaster. Yeah. Look at those shoulders.
Yeah, this is a fun one, but it's a weird looking one. They're
What was his gun's name?
Firebolt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Their cup turned out better, but yeah, I got them both. I like them both.
Yeah, I'm still a fan of the Buzzworthy cup. I think that takes the prize for me.
Yeah, I didn't want to put down money for a repaint, so I'm just sticking with the Studio Series one because that's the first one I got.
Yeah, I have them both. Yeah.
It looks nice.
Yeah, I couldn't decide beside them. Yeah. Matter of fact, I might open one, but I was thinking about doing that. But I need another. Since Jazz is coming out, I want to kind of emulate that scene where Jazz is coming up on the elevator and when he's first seeing Prime. So now I want the Prime Siege and Prowl Siege because I initially passed on both of those.
Yeah. Well, they said in one of their like social media roundtables, the reason they re-released Siege Soundwave was because they quietly knew that Jazz was coming, so they wanted people to be able to buy Siege Soundwave again, so they could do the lamppost thing and have Jazz drive by. I made the lamppost motion for some reason. Lamppost mode. I'm a little bit Italian. I talk with my hands, and sometimes it goes weird.
I didn't even catch that. Yeah. That's funny.
Well, that's what he did. He hides his head, and he just like...
Yeah. Like, what the hell was that? It's
a lamppost.
I should bring that back.
That's crazy.
I really had that happening for a while. I'd take every figure I got and see if it could do a lamppost mode and just hide the head and stick the arms out.
So you think we'll get Wheeljack? Oh, sorry.
I mean, they got it.
Rashad said he had a blast. So yes, thank you once again, Rashad. And one comment from Twitch is, "I love this. This is a perfect evolution of beard growth."
Oh yeah, like 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, I got blonde hair. It doesn't show up. Like it's like mostly invisible. So
yeah, I'm growing mine back thicker again. Yeah, so I have a couple of ways I can do it. So it was kind of cool that I had those many options. I know a lot of people struggle with their beards.
Yeah.
So what were you going to say just before the comments? Oh, and Jonathan.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question?
Oh, you were going to mention something just before we mentioned the comments.
Yeah. I think he was asking if we were going to get a
Uh,
Wheeljack, and I was like, we gotta, right?
oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Then they've done everybody from that.
I hope so.
From that sequence.
That's true.
Yeah, and maybe we'll get a base or something. Perhaps that would be kind of cool.
Like, if you want to talk about just the people whose alternate modes we saw on screen, you do Bumblebee, Wheeljack, Jazz, and then all the Soundwave's Lamppost, and then a bunch of the Seekers, and they already did all the Seekers. We saw them on Bill's shelf earlier, so
Yeah,
if they put Wheeljack,
Yeah,
like, they've
I got all
literally done
those.
everybody. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. And so, what sequence do you go with next? What's something that sticks out that's never been done?
That's a good question. There's a lot of things that have been done, but they haven't been done in an easily available way.
Right. So, if
I
you're
mean-
emulating scenes, do we get the Web World pack?
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. I wonder
That
about
would be
that.
good.
You know what they should do? It would be a good one. The other half of the Rise of a Hero thing, because they did Alpha Trion and Orion packs, right? So
Mhm.
maybe they can do
Yeah.
Dion and Ariel as another pack, you know? So they have the whole
That
the
would
whole
be
group of
nice.
people. Yeah. And
I
Dion could
would.
just
I would
be
love
like,
that.
like a wheelie repaint, because the original was the first Dion they did was a wheelie repaint, or like maybe a Huffer, and I don't know. Ariel, I guess, could just be a lead one with a different head. That would be close enough. And then,
Yeah. Well, we never saw her
Is it-
mold, so I guess you can get away with that. But I would hope they would go more of a truck.
yeah,
So at this point, you might can get away with doing Cup or another truck vehicle, maybe even Trailbreaker, possibly.
yeah, yeah. Because I'm just thinking they've
Or it
done
might
half of the
require a whole
scene.
new mode. Yeah.
If they do the
Yeah.
other half,
It's going to be challenging to figure that out. I would like to see what they could do with that. But hopefully it works out. But Wheeljack, yeah, definitely. I think people wanted Wheeljack more than they wanted Jack. Even though that's great, we got him. But that Wheeljack, especially when Bumblebee came out, gotta have Wheeljack.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen a really
But-
good custom that somebody made of him, where they took a Siege Ironhide with his like APC mode and repainted him and stuck a Wheeljack head on him, and that made for a pretty good like custom figure of that design.
Nice.
That's pretty dope. Oh, I'm assuming you're talking about this one, right?
Yeah. So you can see what he changes into there. So it's not quite the same thing, but it's still kind of a square van. So somebody online like swapped the head and repainted it in Wheeljack colors, and it made for a decent version.
Yeah, or you could maybe get away with it is putting some type of a black tint on him and just cover it over the whole thing except for the wheels, like as he's in this bulletproof mode. That might work with this one. Yeah, I'm not even sure what the hell to do with all these damn iron hides that I got. I think Series 86 came out.
Well, hello,
Hey, Jonathan.
Jonathan. And I was going to say, humans, we need more of those G1s.
They didn't get BotCon, or rather the Collectors Club, because they also did G.I. Joe. They did those, but they were never like mass released. So like somebody like me, like good luck getting those. Those things always went for hundreds of dollars. But yeah, so they did most of the. I don't think they got everybody, but they did a bunch of the only human.
They did the main four.
Yeah. As G.I. Joe figures, like using parts from those to make them. Like Optimus Rodimus and RC, and I don't remember who else, but and they did an old
Ultra
Snake
Magnus,
because,
and Springer. Yeah.
They did old Snake because they already have all the Cobra Commander tooling, so they just stuck him in a trench coat and a hat and did that as an exclusive too. Like I wouldn't mind owning those, but I'd like them to do them again so that I can actually afford them.
Yep.
Right. And what scale do you want them at? Do you want them at 3.5-inch figures, or do you want them at 6-inch?
Yeah. I gotta say, when it comes to like action figures, I kind of prefer the 3 3/4 ones like that, because like they're not actually in scale with Transformers, but like they're small enough that if you put one next to one, you can kind of pretend it's in scale. They sort of work together,
Right.
you know.
Right.
6-inch ones are like too big because they're like the same height or taller than a deluxe, so they always look too large to me.
Yeah, because if they go down in, let's say, 2.5, then that hurts the articulation where the face looks terrible, like they did with Spike in his exosuit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's going to be challenging to pull that off. But I would like to see them do that. It'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, but
yeah, but
I
I
think
definitely want
3
majority of the humans that were off camera. Sean Berger. I would like to get him. Maybe even the Sean Berger spaceship.
Nice.
That would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the other humans that were on there, like Raul and his crew.
Yes. Actually,
Yeah.
have they ever created a Dr. Arkaville?
Not a regular
Yeah.
one. There was a little minifigure this big that came with one of the Masterpiece Starscreams, but like it was like one color, so he sort of exists, but not really.
Interesting.
Because he rode inside Starscream in one of the episodes, so they threw him in. Yeah. Hey, they do. Super 7 does reaction figures that are in 3.75 scale, and they're doing all the Transformers characters. Why don't they do some of the humans?
Yeah.
They're already making G.I. Joes in reaction figures, too, but that'd be the perfect place to put them.
I'll ask him because we have a store in San Francisco. So there's two stores in California, one in San Diego and one in my city. Yeah, so I'm pretty cool with the owner, not the owner, but the management team there. So I'll definitely reach out to them and let them know that is this something coming down the pipeline. But I know they can't really specify because everything's hush hush. They are able to give me information, so I don't want to pry too much, but definitely I'll ask them about it.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's something I'll pay money for. Also, that Unicron, whenever it shows up, the prototype one, I will stick that.
They have those in
my
store.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in Canada yet. Toys R Us carries most of the reaction figures, and they've got a lot of these guys, but no Unicron yet. I'll put him right there in the middle of my Transformers the movie display where that gap is. That is exactly where he'll go. He's the exact right size.
Jonathan, you are so right. That would be perfect.
The red line could make them.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, that'd be great.
What is the red line? Oh, the red line. The red line. These guys. The Transformers Red. These. I have one right in front of me. I'm just having a moment.
Yeah.
I'm
hoping they do Alpha Trion too.
Yeah. This is what Alpha Trion would make more sense. But I'm like, these guys are 6-inch, so to me they feel like they're too big to be like human characters. Like this is Cheetor.
They could size them down. They could. Yeah, they could do what's called. Let's call it this: red line core figures. Boom. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
There you go. We're giving you guys free ideas. All the official people that I assume are listening.
Yes.
Right. And then we can get that Hound's hologram that could be Redline's first Titan. We necessarily don't need him to. We necessarily don't need him to transform since he never did. So I'm okay with that.
He has a name. They eventually gave him one.
It's called Hexa something. Starts with an H. Unless this is a memory from Hound on why he used this on a cat that used to live on Cybertron. Or he just has one hell of imagination.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Halonix Maximus. Halonix Maximus.
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be a backstory on that character.
There is,
right?
Because got a wiki entry. Just like a
Cybertronian Titan mode, that'd be dope. And what was his demise? What happened to him? Was he killed in battle when Megatron took over?
Gotta read the continuity, the Wikipedia entry here. There's this cartoon thing. In the Wings universe, he was an aristocrat amongst Cybertronian society. Became the leader of the Elite Guards artillery team. Even Halo's impressive stature was not enough to deal with the new Decepticon combination robot Bruticus. He was destroyed alongside his fellow guardsmen, battling the treacherous Combaticons in their united form. This was before the cartoon, like back on Cybertron.
So I'm assuming this might be their original form before they got melted.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the 2019 continuity, so the John Barber stuff, which I always plug as being a good story, he was like a legendary ancient figure, like showed up in like, oh, this is our prehistory. There he is on a mural or something. So it was more of an Easter egg.
So it almost in that version, it sounds like he was almost treated as like a prime. Because you're not getting a statue for nothing.
Yeah. It's true.
Man, there's so much they can go here with. Hopefully we get to see that in action one. That would be dope to see.
Yeah. There's one thing that like I keep learning from reading random entries on the wiki, Transformers wiki like that. It's that they've done a lot of stuff. Just a lot of it's in like obscure corners of media that not a lot of people like watch or read. So it's a matter of like not writing it, but like taking what's already written and putting it in a format that's got like wider exposure. Like a lot of what I was reading there was from the Transformers Collectors Club comics from like the early 2010s, which you had to be a member of the club to read. Like I wasn't, so
right. So it's so many stories. At least a base of 3. You got your comics, then you have the TV show, of course. Then you have Japan, and then you can throw in the UK comics as a fourth. What is law to you as far as the Transformers story? Are you more of the comic or are you more of the cartoon?
Well, I mean, in a broader sense, I'm like everything's true somewhere, so
Right.
it is a multiverse. I default to the cartoon just because that's what I started with, so that's what I automatically think about. Yeah, but the past couple years I have been reading the comics. Like I did all of Marvel US and Marvel UK, so I've become fond of that stuff. But I still view it as an alternative to the cartoon. Like this is a different take on it.
Yeah, I kind of go the same direction. Whereas like the cartoon would be my first take on it, and then kind of merge the comic books into to fill in the holes that the cartoon, whatever holes were in the cartoon, the comic book would fill those holes in.
Yeah.
So it's cartoon first, comic book second.
Yeah, especially because the comic outlived the cartoon. It went all the way to 91, where the cartoon ended in 87. So there's a lot of characters and toys and stuff that only got appearances and characterization and story in the comics because they lasted long enough to like cover them. So I'm just thinking like
Gotcha.
like Skullgrin here had a whole story about him. That's why I got his figure. You know, he got like a spotlight.
He's considered a pretender, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he had a really weird issue where they thought he was like a cryptid, like Bigfoot, instead of a Transformer. So he got to star in a movie, and like it was really silly, but it was fun.
Interesting. So if there is a multiverse, who runs it? Kind of like how Marvel has their people, running. What's the name? I think he's an Ant-Man, right?
Yeah.
What?
Kang.
Kang.
Who is Transformers' version of Kang?
Ooh, that's some Collectors Club deep lore. There was a place called the Axiom Nexus, and it's a Cybertron where there was never a war, so they became very advanced, and they started cataloging the multiverse. And because they can travel the multiverse, that version of Cybertron, the Axiom Nexus, people wind up there by accident all the time. So there's like people from every corner of the multiverse just stuck there. But yeah, those guys, they're called the Trans-Tech Transformers, and they're the guys who are like the custodians of the multiverse. They've never been in anything like central. They were only in the Collectors Club stuff, but those are the guys.
In my opinion, I would say it still has to be the Quintessons. I think what they did was create all of these worlds, right? And then one world rebelled, which is the cartoon. And so they jacked up the timeline to make all these different realms of Transformers to try to stay in line. And they somehow could not get this Earth or this version of Transformers to respect what they were trying to do. To go back to Decepticons being military, Autobots being consumer goods and just worker bees. Mm-hmm. And the further they mess with it, you kind of see like glimpses of it when they had all these portals that didn't close and all of this stuff, created all these ultimate realities when they kidnapped Cyclonus and Ultra Magnus, and they end up changing colors and shit. Yeah. You know, in all these worlds, I would say it's them, but nobody ever caught on to it. And I think the Earth that the cartoon portrays would be that Earth to kind of acknowledge, okay, we have a multiverse. How do we work with other groups of Transformers to stop the Quintessons?
Mm-hmm. Now, Common says Tarn would be that one character to control everywhere. But then Jonathan also says, good question, what was the dead space in the Transformers stories, the place Skylinks got stuck in during the Netflix show?
That's
that's another valid point.
Yeah. That's from...
But then Unicron has something to do with that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah, it was...
But I think that would be Unicron's doing, if I'm not mistaken.
Possibly. They never said where it came from in IDW. It just kind of existed already. In that version of the story, Nova Prime got stranded there by accident exploring it, and then he came back corrupted as Nemesis Prime and tried to expand it to conquer the main universe, and they had to stop him. Those were early. That was like when Simon Furman was writing IDW. It's like early 2000s. But yeah.
Shouts out to him. Simon Furman is the man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He just keeps going. Yeah. As I'm reading through these comics, they just keep bringing him back for more things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's interesting, but I would like to see them go down that rabbit hole since everybody's exploring space, and how could you not see various groups of Transformers, you know, whether they need to team up or whether Shatterglass comes to G1 Earth or whatever. It'd be nice to just see all of this stuff, all the stories they can tell instead of going this kids route. And I get it, you want to sell toys to kids, but there's so much room for Transformer storylines within the 12, 14 million year history.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I know they're sick of making the same designs. Just give us what we want and then just create those new stories and new characters and go on with it. Or talk to Simon Furman. What did he have planned after 88?
Well, he did eventually.
Not even talking to G2 stuff. I'm sure, yeah, and so it's already there.
Yeah. Well, no, he also did a comic in the 2010s called Regeneration 1, which was the true sequel as he built it. It started with issue 81 and, you know, kept going from there. It went up to issue 100 when, you know, it finally had like an ending. I read it last year. It was interesting. In fact, let me show you, because I was just talking about multiverse story. Let me show you a panel from that because I think it's really interesting. Because Hot Rod winds up being the where's the share screen button? There it is. Hot Rod winds up being like the final hero in that story. And what happens?
Oh, he's on the cover.
Hot Rod manages to get into the multiverse and call Hot Rods from all over the multiverse to help them out at the end. So there's like this big sequence where all these other Hot Rods show up and they're from like every other continuity.
That's dope. See, this is the stuff I want to see.
Yeah.
On film. Do you feel that Hot Rod is a distant relative of Primus?
People, you know, that's a thing that people keep bringing up, and it was on purpose. Furman said he did that on purpose, and when he first wrote Primus in his stories, you know, they pointed it out in Transformers G.I. Joe, like it's because he's the chosen one, you know, so he looks like Primus. What that means is like never been established, but it is on purpose, right?
Mm-hmm. So if he's the chosen one, why would Vector Sigma have them open the plasma energy key just to give the reins back to Optimus Prime? What sense does that make?
That's because they didn't plan on that when they were writing the show. They brought back Optimus.
Well, I get it that he had. I know from that story point, but I'm just trying to figure out, did they ever create a science for that to explain it at least?
Oh, I haven't seen that image in decades.
Yeah, it's Primus at the heart of Cybertron.
Mm-hmm.
Deliberately looking kind of like Hot Rod.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's a cool image.
Professor D says Skids runs the Transformers multiverse. He's a theoretician, and that's why he's never around. Which then Jonathan
totally.
says Professor D for the win.
He was off making the whole multiverse spin.
I actually have one comic. This is the one I have.
Nice. Where'd it all begin?
I want to get it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, newsstand version. It's my baby. That's good stuff.
Monument again, looking like this is from Regeneration 1. So, again, looking like Hot Rod. And Hot Rod's even there, like, being like...
So who is Optimus Prime a distant relative to?
One of the 13, apparently. The original 13 Primes. Possibly a reincarnation of them. It's a little bit unclear.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's one of them that's just called the Arisen, and in some universes, like the Aligned continuity, War for Cybertron, Transformers Prime, and also in the IDW comics, the idea is that Optimus might be a reincarnation of that person. I don't think they ever directly said yes, but they love to like hint at it around the margins,
Yeah, my theory was, at least based on the cartoon, was that Alpha Trion was getting ready to release a resistance against the uprising of the Decepticons when the episode War Dawn happened. I believe that Alpha Trion had a shitload of Optimus Primes in different colors in that warehouse where he took him into that garage. I mean, he was about to set some shit up. Mm-hmm. And I believe that the original pick was going to be Ultra Magnus, but he could not hold the power of the Matrix. That's why he has that suit over himself. And so when he tried a different design because he tweaked it and gave it to Optimus Prime, it ended up working, so he canned all the rest of the Optimus Prime. That's what I think happened, because if you ever go in his garage, I bet you got a bunch of Optimus Primes down there.
Yeah.
And if you look at when he was... Also, one more point. When you look at him in that one episode where they go back in time and A3 asked him, why are you wearing the slave brand? And he went all righteous on Rodimus. Lets me further know that he was getting ready to start some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alpha Trion was actually one of the 13. Like, he's not a reincarnation. He just is one and is really old. In some continuities, he is he's one of them.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He has to be.
Yeah.
And what's his background? Like, I would love to see his, past stories besides that episode. What was he in? Because it seems like a lot of his life is secret.
Yeah, well, if you've been around since the dawn of time, that like him.
Oh shit!
No
Look
secret.
who it is! It's Calvin the Corrector.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's happening? There is no
much.
secret.
What's up, brother?
So you jumped in just in time because we were slowly going to wrap up, but you got in, so I know you've got some corrections.
So I got some news for everybody. Don't worry. You will still keep your job. If you pledge your loyalty to me, it will be okay. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. Transformers news, man. We got too much stuff coming out, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a lot of stuff in leak.
Gamer editions.
Yes. I wait on that Megatron. Yes. Yup.
Mm-hmm. I got mine ordered. I'm ready.
I order everything. I pre-order everything that came out so far. I guess that Titan is gonna be hitting soon, and then I got that the Black Leo convoy that should be shipping soon. I'm like, Hasbro, give us more stuff. Give us like more Titans. Give us another Trypticon. Give us another 6-shot. We need an updated 6-shot. Yep.
Preferably one that's not a headmaster, because I have that one.
Yeah, I don't understand why they made him a headmaster.
I don't want him to be a
everybody in
headmaster.
that line was a headmaster.
It was weird.
Yeah. No need for that.
Well, they can give us 2 versions. You know what I mean? See, I think they should do it this way. Split it down the middle. Give us the actual like figure, like Voyager, and then give us the MP version of that. They should do it that way.
Oh, kind of like Sideshow Collectibles do? You know, they have the deluxe grade and the regular grade?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's just me. That's just my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting on the that fan toy Scourge. I'm going to pick that one up, and I'm going to grab the Cyclonus, and I'm going to grab that Galvatron. Because those are my favorite 3 bots.
Yeah. That's a
beautiful
for reference. Yeah. That Optimus is huge. Like, he's just, like, wide.
Yeah. Well, he looks like a Batmobile when you transform him.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm just like, he interests me just because of how beefy he is, so.
And that's beefy, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, if they could have did the same thing with Abominus's thighs in combiner mode, probably got to win.
If they give us those, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Sheba Kobe says, I picked up a Core Class Rise of the Beasts RC from GameStop today. Me too. Well, I mean, not today, but like a couple days ago. It's a fun little figure. I don't know. And she said the Alpha Trion Orion PAX box is still there. If it's still there for my birthday next month, I'll grab it. Yeah, I'm surprised. It showed up early for me. That's why I got one. Here's RC, by the way. Real nice figure.
Amen.
Small but cool. Yeah, I don't know how the movie's going to be, and I'm not going to get any of the others till I see the movie, but like this little core one, I'm like, sure.
I ain't gonna lie, that Optimus Primal looks pretty dope. At least in the movie. I've never seen the toy, but I might grab that one.
Yeah. It's just a nice design.
Yeah, the design is pretty cool. I like that cheater too. Cheetor and that Air Razor. I'm not really a beast guy, but those are pretty dope.
But see, that's what I've been saying the whole time. Give us a masterpiece version of those figures. It will make sense.
Yeah, maybe they will. They've
got LG.
Bumblebee. Yeah. They did Bumblebee and Optimus from the last movie, so maybe there'll be movie masterpieces of some of these guys coming.
Yeah. Ooh. Hey guys, I gotta jump off. So fair. I will get with you guys later. Thanks for having me. I gotta jump.
Oh, thank you for jumping in.
No, you cannot leave.
I wish, man. You're like 3 hours late.
No, there is no such thing as late.
Hey, I'll be back Sunday if you guys want me, so let me know.
Oh, definitely.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right, you too.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy about it, but I already got some of those figures though, from the Gamerverse ones.
Yeah, the original versions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have any of them, so perfect time to get in on that. There's a good photo. Wait, let me pop it up.
Jonathan says all FT must be purchased now, no matter the cost. This is the way.
Look at how wide this guy is. Look at that.
What is that, like a wrestling version of Optimus?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was the year 2010. This was an Xbox game for the Gears of War crowd because that's what was hot at the time. So that is 100% what they were going for with this design.
Wow.
So it's old enough now that this is a slice of nostalgia,
Yep.
Let me find a picture of his alternate mode there. Yeah, it's a little bit like Batmobile-ish, like he said.
Oh, that fully is Batmobile-ish.
Yeah. It was a fun game. I never got to play the second one because my brother's Xbox red ringed before I got to, but I only played the first one, so I'm like, this is the version from the first game, so that is nostalgic to me.
I wish they can remaster that game and bring it back to the current system.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? You can't buy it for anything current, but they're making toys out of it. So you'd think they'd want to port the game over so people could play it again. At the very least, free advertisement for the gamer line, and then a few extra dollars from new people playing the game. I'd buy it again if it was on, something I had.
Well, they have it for PlayStation 3, and for some odd reason, well, I still have my PlayStation 3. I can still get it from GameStop, but I'm just saying, if they can give us that and have it to be updated or remaster it for the current systems, I think that would sell pretty good because most people was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The thing I like, it's funny they're doing a studio series of this guy because this is 100% what they based Bumblebee's alternate mode on at the beginning of the Bumblebee movie. As soon as I saw it in the theater, I was like, oh, it's from the game. It's that one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the inspiration, right? The
Yep.
same kind of egg-shaped thing with the wheels like that. So the original inspiration for B127 is in the line. A shame about his chest.
Yeah. But you got to ask yourself, though, where did he get those forms from? It's like that's futuristic, though.
Mm-hmm. Tron?
Yeah, but but it's futuristic. If you there's nothing current close to that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed the figures?
Where are you going with this? I don't follow.
They're futuristic. It's 30, 45 or something, or 50, 52 or something. That's very, very futuristic.
Yeah, because it's his Cybertronian modes. It's before they ever came to Earth.
Mm.
So Jonathan says Optimus did not miss chest day at the gym.
Yeah.
And it goes, at this point of time, they put it out as an app and make it a button masher style game.
Yeah. The big story behind Barricade is that he didn't get a figure before. Those two are redos, but this guy back when they did some figures of these guys in 2010, they never did this guy. And people mostly care about him because you could play him on the very first level of the game. So, he's one of the first characters you can play as. And Barricade was clearly there because of the Bay movies, but his design was 100% the Micromaster instead as a full-size guy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm in for this one, but I'm I appreciate that it exists because he never got a figure before, so...
Yeah, they kind of leaked there's a size fight coming out, too.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I heard they're going to do a Megatron. I heard they're going to do a Cliff Jumper because it's just Bumblebee with a new head.
Right.
They could go deep. I want to see them give Starscream another crack. It was a Tetrajet, kind of like Siege, because it was on Cybertron, but it was a whole different design.
Ooh-wee. I pre-ordered all three of those.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big pre-ordering guy, but I'm definitely interested in these guys, just for my own sense of nostalgia of playing this a decade ago. God, 2010. That was more than a decade ago. That was 13 years ago. I'm old now.
Yeah.
Shoot, I remember playing War for Cybertron in 2011 and then turning it off and going to go see Dark of the Moon in the theaters. Jesus.
Wow. It's just one of them things, man. Now you already know time flying. You already know it now.
Yeah, I do. It's a little bit
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
If it finally gets me good looking War for Cybertron guys, then sure. Oh, I like that he comes with his Matrix too. It's always an important feature.
Yep.
And that's specifically the version of the Matrix from the aligned continuity. So,
man.
Yeah. I don't know about anything else, but I'm definitely in for this Optimus specifically, just because it's a good Optimus design, even if it's just a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I take that any day. I have that Thrill in 30s. It looked just the same, but different.
Yeah, a little smaller. He laid off the steroids.
I guess he got tired of getting beat up in the parking lot by Megatron.
Why is it? Is all of Cybertron itself not a parking lot because most of its people are cars? Think about it.
Yep.
Oh,
I wonder
gosh.
what they're gonna do with Megatron then, what he's gonna look like.
Well, probably just like the old one, but beefier.
Ooh.
I loved his characterization in the game because he was just angry all the time, and he had a giant frowny face, and he sounded a little bit like the movie version.
So when he transformed, he turned into a tank, right?
Yeah. Like let me find his old toy, like the previous attempt at it. Oh God, too many things to search. Yeah, see there, they're gonna show me the Siege one instead. Transformers 2010 TF Wiki. Come on. Yeah, there we go. All right. So then I want to go here. They should make a sport out of this. Whoever can find the thing they're looking for on the Wikipedia, like, fastest.
So Jonathan says, thanks for having me, guys. I can't wait to see your next video edit. So, yeah, thank you for rolling through.
Mm-hmm.
And John says, look at that tiny matrix.
Yeah. I wonder if it's removable or if it's just like a detail. I'm just zooming around the wiki trying to find it. No. Generations. I missed. It should be a competitive sport to see who can get where they're trying to get to the fastest. No, I actually have to look at the contents. Oh, finally. There we go. Cybertronian Megatron. That's what he was called. There we go. So that is the previous version of that they did of him from this game. So presumably, whenever they do the new Studio Series Gamer Edition one, he's going to be bigger and beefier to match how Optimus Prime was bigger and beefier. Because this was just a little tiny deluxe guy.
Right.
Well, just kind of changed into a hovering tank.
That's gonna be a grab.
Yeah. It's just imagine that design, but like better.
Man.
Not that this guy was bad. I heard just make a new one that's a Voyager instead of a deluxe.
Yeah, because I ended up finding Grimlock. I got Soundwave, Sound Blaster. They turned to something like a Jeep or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I have those guys.
Professor D is saying, if Cybertron is a parking lot, does that mean the Autobots sleep in alt mode? Yeah, I always wondered about that, you know?
Yep.
I mean, you'd think they would. Just, instead of climbing into a recharge slab, just change into their alternate mode and just turn themselves off and park.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. Wait. There we go. Where did Spin go? He vanished on me.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna watch Jazz.
Yeah, so what we should do is change Jazz into our RC on this page. See how he responds.
I don't know how to do that. I don't think I have access to do that. I'm not really on the back end. Only a little bit.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked today when I walked in. I found that Metal Hawk on the shelf at Target. I was looking for twin cast, and Target had me going to like 4 different Targets, saying that he was in stock, and none employees want to go back and grab it.
I just can't get behind that version of the film. Like it looks kind of dull to me because there's so much gray on him, and it's his inner robot instead of his cool looking shell. I like. On the other hand, Cyclonus is really good, so he has that going for him. But also, I'm just like, it doesn't do anything for me. And I like Master Force, so like that's right up. That should be right up my alley.
Right. In that case, then they could have gave us a classic sound blaster.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what I mean?
surprised that. Yeah, they're doing Twin Cast. They did Shattered Glass Soundwave. I'm surprised they haven't done a Sound Blaster yet to go against him. Maybe it's coming. I don't know. I mean, they did the little one, but
Yeah, I prefer them just give us like a deluxe or like a, I don't know, Voyager or something. I don't know. It's just weird how the way they're doing things.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's just weird.
For a long time, they said they didn't have the rights to make the cassette recorder Soundwave because Walmart had the rights to the Netflix one.
Right.
Now they're doing the Shattered Glass one, so maybe they have the rights back, or maybe they're like, if we repaint it, we're allowed to release it. I don't know.
Man, I wish they could have gave us that Shattered Glass one, that Soundwave. If they could have gave us that in his purple and white colors.
Yeah. Like, that's going to print money, because I just read Marvel. Soundwave was purple in Marvel. I will buy Soundwave again if they make him Marvel Comics purple.
I don't know what they're doing. I wish they can just give us those versus the IDW ones. Like, I prefer if they could have gave us a variant. You know what I mean? Like, make a certain many of them, or just do it that way. That way you get one, you're good. You're good to go. That's just me. I don't know, but they can give us those Marvel Comics Transformers. I will be okay with that.
Oh yeah, me too. As somebody that just finished reading that whole series, that's why I got guys like Skullgrin and stuff, because I'm like, Marvel, those were fun stories.
I can't find Skullgrin either. Like, literally, I can't find him up here.
Really? I found him at a GameStop right before it closed down.
What?
Yeah. It was the good GameStop too, so I was a little bit annoyed at that.
Wow. So y'all going through it too then. They're shitting out GameStops.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most of the locations seem okay, but this was a GameStop that was across the road from another GameStop, so they were like, I guess there can only be one of them here, so it was like a Starbucks situation.
Oh, I can't, man. I don't know how people do Starbucks. I don't get it. I don't understand.
My fiance loves Starbucks. I'm not really into it either, but I'm like, hey, whatever. Sometimes I'll get a dark bitter coffee from them because I'm like, that's something I enjoy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm about to see if they got them on the Hasbro Post warehouse sale, and I can probably, you got to spend over $50 to get the discount.
I looked into it. I did, but like, it's not really worth it if you're in Canada, like I am. Between the shipping and the international stuff, like, it doesn't really. It works. It's good for Americans, but if you're like a Canadian like me, it's not really saving any money. I had a look. I did the math.
Yeah. Yep. I got the membership and everything else, and I said, "Damn, why y'all went up on the price?" On, like, if you look at it here, they raised up by $2 more. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Why would you do that when it was $22.99, and then you raised the price up to $24.99? Makes no sense."
Yeah, I don't know. There was stuff on there I might have been interested in. Like, reissue Cybershark never showed up in Canada, so the fact they had it on Pulse on that sale, I was like, can I justify this? And the answer was no. Tragically.
But that's what they do, man. they're raising the prices on things, and I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a. I mean, I'm sure there's profit motive in some of it, but it is very much like, cost of materials increases over time, which is an unpleasant truth about how this works.
Today's economy, we're the last of the ones who gonna keep this toy game afloat.
Jonathan Walker says, y'all have a good night, good talk. I hit the like button and turned on notifications for next time y'all go live. Looking forward to hearing more. Thanks. It's always great to have a listener comment about stuff like that, Jonathan.
Yep.
You go relax.
So I'm just waiting on them to give us swoop, and I guess for me, I have all the Dinobots.
Yeah, I only got one of them right now, Sludge. You see, I've been building him this entire time. I covered him in weaponizer stuff, so I made him into a combiner without a combiner. But there's a Sludge in the middle of that. Waiting on the others to show up. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I only seen Sludge on the shelves here. That's it.
Yeah, I got a Slug on order. He's supposed to arrive in the next couple of days, so I'll at least be caught up to what's currently out. But yeah, I never had all the Dinobots because I never had space for them. So for me, it's not even that they're a combiner team. It's that they're just doing all of them in a small size, so I can get them all. That's the appeal.
Wish it could I don't know. It's just weird. I'm just saying, it's just weird that they can't just give us, out of just a newer design, make them look like real, like dinosaurs.
Yeah. Well, it's because people love the 80s nostalgia so much that they want them to look like the old-fashioned Dinobots.
Like, I think, yeah, because there's a guy that I follow on Facebook. He does like the concepts and drawings, and he actually drew one of like a gremlin, like an actual Turbosaurus, but with feathers on the back of his head, and look like an actual T-Rex. And I said that will be creative.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I would love to see something like a new media do that, instead of just copying the G1 design. Heck, they should make it flocked. Put real feathers on it. Why not?
Oh, this guy right here is back for revengeance.
We'll just helping getting our sign off up. Getting ready to sign off. But Jonathan Walker on YouTube says, "You all have a good night, good talk. Thank you. Hit the like button and turn on the notification for next time you all go live. Looking forward to hearing more. Thank you for coming by." Yes.
Yeah. Should I talk about what's going up tomorrow on my end?
Yes. And Steven says, "I got Beast Wars 2 and Neo retools of Cyber Shark."
I would like any of them. I would like the reissue to appear in Canada. But yeah, speaking of Beast stuff, going through Bill's box, the Bill box, one of my favorite finds was a mint condition Beast Machines Mega Cheetor. Well, mostly mint. His chrome's a little dinged. So this is my newest review subject. I'm going to be taking us back to the year 2000, dead on, which is when this came out. I did the photo shoot earlier. I got the review written up. This will be posted tomorrow on Children of Primus. Have a look at what a 2000 era Beast Machines toy is like. I keep doing the sword swing. It's really fun. Yeah. So on childrenofprimus.com/news and reviews, this guy. And probably next week, because I'm already done, because I was just on a roll this week. I also looked at Transformers Red Cheetor, because I guess we have a theme going, and the theme is cheetahs. Never had a Red Series figure before. This guy also came in Bill's box. I got to see what a Red Series figure was like. It's Marvel Legends for Transformers, and that'll be next Monday.
Nice.
That's in the hopper too. And beyond that, I don't know. The RC that I just got, the Buzzworthy Bumblebee set that I somehow wound up with all of the figures out of. I wasn't gonna. I bought Goldbug. Bill sent me the other 3. I have the whole set now. I might as well review the whole thing.
It's funny how that worked out.
Yeah, little RC maybe. Get some Rise of the Beasts in before the film. I don't know. The possibilities are endless. I'll pick whatever I feel like talking about each week.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so thank you to everyone who rolled through in the comments, and for everyone who subscribed and liked to our channel. And thank you, Calvin, for rolling through. Thank you, Jonathan from the Toy Facts, Professor D in the comments, Vintage Toy Warp Reviews, the Shiva Kobe, and also thank you to Rashad the Toy Collector, the main guest for the evening, and Bill who rolled through earlier. So just thank you, everyone. And Professor D says, in case people have not been listening carefully, Calvin is advocating for a new futuristic T-Burgerous version
T-Burgersaurus of Grimlock.
Burgersaurus.
Futuristic T-Burgersaurus should be the name of a funk band from like the 70s.
That is what it sounds like.
I have to go find that picture and post it and show it to you, because whoever this guy is that does the drawing for Transformers, he actually did like a good, accurate, up to date Grimlock, what he would look like.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. Well, is on that note, that is it for this evening. So thank you to everyone.
Yeah. Oof, 3-ish hours.
And check out the website. Those till all are one.
Yeah.
Alrighty, man.